All right, everybody, let's get this session going. Yeah, let me just play some other music because this shit is ass. Obviously, I'm gonna play mine. See where it is.
What is the point of this? We have returned to the world of Dark Souls. There's a dragon and giant fucking tiny controls.
It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that. But it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it, you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious. Robust, insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust.
I guess I'm proud to be Asian.
Garlic infused dipping sauce.
Robust.
I will tell you guys is thus.
Robust. Robust.
They came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice that just tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultural rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion,
Robust.
insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking
Robust.
Give me this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce.
Robust.
I will tell you guys is thus.
Robust. Robust. Robust.
We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged. I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you.
All right,
That doesn't mean
everybody.
that people are gonna
I
forgo
think everything
tipping,
should
because
be
that would
set.
be in a bad situation.
Ish.
And in particular,
Let's talk about some stuff, I guess.
I don't know why
I
you
got a
guys
new video today
quiet
about
laugh.
why people care about DSP's
Grocery
fucking
shopping,
liquidity.
tips, meal with my wife, tips,
So you can go check
coming
that
up my
out.
day off on Tuesday,
We had a new podcast
tips,
with Ex
dinner
Mortis that
online,
was
tips,
pretty
bills
good.
and stuff, tips
Hey,
are
this
the
isn't my
liquidity of my
layout.
business.
Oh, it is.
Why are you laughing?
Then what else?
Oh,
I guess
so
that's it. I
hilarious
just
that this
came
guy
out of
has
nowhere
some
to watch some
financial
DSP because
fight.
I'm bored today. I
literally
did
can't
everything I had
afford
to do
stuff on
after
Tuesday
work,
on
so
my
I'm
day off. You're
guess
gonna
I'm
laugh?
just
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
funny.
existing here as this terrible green
You
screen
can't
camera.
go and do something with
I
your
guess.
family on your day off. You know, one day off for
But
the
I
week
can
and you're
also
working full-time
rotate
6 days a
the
week.
angle.
That's funny, right?
Innovative
No, it's not
technology,
fucking
you wouldn't know
funny.
anything about
Now
it.
shut up.
Some Tesla stuff.
Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips.
And I was trying to figure out
Tips
what
are
to
the
watch or what to
liquidity
stream
of
or
my
something, and then I'm like, fuck it, let's just
Grocery
watch
shopping,
the guy.
tips. Meal
Let's
with
see
my
what he's
wife,
gonna
tips.
come up with
Coming
today.
up, my day off on
Something
Tuesday,
amazing and great and fun.
tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the
By the way,
liquidity
keep
of
in
my
mind
business.
this week, something very important is on Tuesday. On Tuesday, Phil is gonna get his YouTube payment. Alright? Alright. Now, there's this other thing that DSP is gonna remind you about, that on Wednesday, guess what? It's his day off. So he's gonna be begging for his day off, but he's gonna get a big paycheck right before that. So let's pay attention to how that's gonna go. I don't know where to put his stupid chat at. I think I'll just put it over my chat. Like this. I guess like this. Alright, guess the guy's gonna start sometime soon. Since we've been listening to music for a good like 15 minutes at this point. But you know how shit goes with him. Let's see how his chat is going. You got the regulars, the amazing ones. You got Uwat Baxter, who is definitely not somebody's sock account. We got Pickles Cage, who already got deleted for something. I wonder what that was. And we got somebody who says, I love this music, it's good. Which I'm very confused about. And yeah. And DSP got a response in his chat. I think I've only had mocha and some of the special holiday flavors like pumpkin spice and peppermint. Thanks, DSP. It's nice to know that you're sitting there perfectly capable to do your job, but instead we're gonna sit here for another 15 minutes. Or maybe 10 minutes if he's nice this week. And get ready to be excited about him talking about how much of a big week this is gonna be. It's a full week of chill and interactions and events and gaming and begging segments and begging tweets and begging posts and just begging kind of period. I know, let's listen to some more other songs that are not these songs. This one is pretty chill, I guess. Yeah, maybe he is cranking one out and also texting people in his chat. I'll be multitasking. Yeah, for some reason he played Toy Story as well, but that was a part of you know, the retro type of situation that he does every summer. Because of course he does that, because he's the king of retro after all. With all the other crowns he got, such as King of Hate and King of Gaming, as he said once, I think, right? King of Gaming. Big ups. Big ups everybody who extended their memberships. I can see them here in the log. Big ups, you guys. Critical Gaming, Everlove, Eurobeat, Movie Sign, Franker Z, Soylent, Anything Gaming, Dominic, and Xmortis. Big ups everybody for continuing your support and interactions and contributions. Big ups Bill Paul Burnell loves WWE champions. For Super Chat, who says, dude, DSP is a hard worker, how dare you? I don't think he's both hard or a worker. So I would argue that you're wrong, bitch. And big ups Storm Martin for upgrading his membership as well. Big ups. Big ups. And I think we're about to start soon, hopefully, I guess. Yeah, I do like MF Doom a lot. Yeah, I do like him. So let's see what's the poll about. What is my fate? Oh, it's Rum and Coke Ambo. That's actually pretty good. I guess I'm gonna go get it because it's almost 50% of the vote, so it's kind of pretty straightforward. It's been a landslide. Unless I want to rig the poll and do something else. But I think I'm gonna take the Rum and Coke. I think that would be an efficient combo. And sorry if you hear any background noises that are weird fan noises from my laptop, because some shit is happening to it. So yeah, it could be like that, but maybe it won't be. And today there's no news according to DSP, so he's gonna talk about Castlevania. Oh, gonna talk about how the game began, who made it, DSP's history about it, of course. What else? What else about Castlevania? He's gonna talk about every single Castlevania, what was it, a Metroidvania style game ever. He's gonna talk about his love for Metroid. He's gonna talk about Metroid Dread that he played. Holy shit, this is gonna be good. That's why I need my drink. I'll be right back.
If these walls can talk, they probably still ignore me. Contemplate war over a cup of warm coffee. It's really
Alright,
glory, tell your
that's gonna take like a minute. Be right back.
With the glory, hallelujah. Truths be like hooey, sold a bunch of hooey. I knew he had new G. Who he? Victor Vaughn. He had a new sicker song. I think he called it Liquor Pawn. But he studied rhymes and patterns. Climb so steep, sometimes the beat don't be mattering. Sounding like a half-dead from scurvy band rock. The program computer biographed Herbie Hancock. Maybe next life we try harder. Got a martyr at the hands of the fire starter. All scripts ripped, available for via barter. Transport stacked to the lab via charter. On the microphone he came to days in amnesia. What a guy practiced banging flies with razors. And watch out for the robot, he got eyes with lasers. Tell him when they come with more topics besides blazers. Enough with the guns already, they all toys and lames. The joys in the aim, he asked him how's your poison game? Do you bust your crossbow? Also, more so, accurate body blows to torso, thought so. These flows you won't find in no how-to. If the blacksmith doubt you, he smack the shit out you. Make nothing go and let nothing twitch. Just don't be near the mic when the on button switch. V bring the beef like a trucker, the Fuddrucker. Delivery to all y'all motherfuckers and bloodsucker. Copy more please than when a rap nigga pick a horn. And that's my word is born. I think he call it liquor porn. He wrote this one with a fever, sick and bad. With a dick head inside a chicken head. No, a dead chicken's head. He said it help his nausea. If you lost your way till he tell you about the flying saucer. Dad, the kickback leave your wig rag. For a big bag of good grizzle and some zigzag. Survival, keep a rival in denial. And bust what he get just for coming out his pie hole.
It's free enterprise. And I'm not gonna let some blasted government bureaucrat tell me how to run my business. But Dr. Doom will be my guest on my private estate on Long Island. He's the head of state of an officially recognized country. There's nothing you can do about it.
He's dangerous, Mr. Jameson. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Don't I always?
I strive to be humble, lest I stumble. Never sold.
Alright, I'm back with the drink, and this guy is still gone. No clue of him. What's happening in the good old chat room, the good old boys club, and nothing. He ghosted. He ghosted completely. Bad. Alright, here's the drink in its entire glory. Wait, let me turn on camera. There we go.
No news, tip me lol.
Hey, big ups Stuart Gascoigne for his respect. This is the drink. This is what you asked for. People have been harassing me for years to drink this, and I finally am doing it. Praise me. Now let me take the...
Niggas wish to die. They need to hold their horses. It's bigger fish to fry. You're on the list.
Ugh.
If not, pick a number spot. 10 and a half.
Put too much rum, but it's alright. I don't know if you... I see ALT Insiders in chat. Hey, this guy's starting. Big ups ALT, what's up, man? And yeah, let's go to the guy.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Hello, hello, and welcome to the Pre-stream podcast. Today is Monday.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Dude, DSP is a hard worker, how dare you?
Normally, this would be my final consecutive streaming day of the week, and I'd be saying, guys, it's time to wrap up an awesome streaming week. But this week is a special extended week.
It literally is not. It's just your day off is a different day.
Not only am I
Come
streaming
on.
today, but I'm also streaming all day tomorrow. So we've got
What a
an
special
extension
fella.
of content for all of you, and I hope that you guys are excited for the fact that we are going to have an extra streaming day. Okay? So, a few things. First of all, just so you know, Jasper Kitty is in the office today. He may or may not be here all day, but he's allowed in here today if he would like. Right now,
Because Cat is there.
Playing with my charge cable for my headphones. Which is fine as long as he doesn't bite it. If he starts biting it, then I'm going to get upset. I don't want him to get electrocuted. But, yeah, he's in here. He might be jumping around. as you know, he likes to jump in front of the TV or jump on the chair, or, you know, do
All
funny
this
things.
filler dialogue
Here,
is
which
terrible
awesome.
dialogue.
I like having Josh
Just
Keaton in here.
keep on,
Pet
keep
you
going.
now.
Next topic.
All right,
Ooh,
don't
what's up
chew
with
the
this
wire.
hair?
He wants to
Yo.
chew the wire. Anyway.
We are going danger thin.
Awesome.
Danger thin. Wow. Get a load of this shit. Yo. You pay so much money for a haircut like this?
I like having Josh Keaton in here. I'm giving him
We're
pets
reaching
right now.
critical mass with the
All right,
thinning
don't chew the wire, you nut.
going on right
Chew the
here.
wire. Anyway.
Anyways.
And, government agencies were already closed here in the United States. So some people are celebrating the holiday today. I don't really know how many people are celebrating it or how you would celebrate it, honestly, because it's brand
Let's
new,
look it
right?
up.
It's only been around for a year, and this is the first year it's being federally observed as a holiday.
You should be federally observed
I think we'll fall
by the
more
IRS.
into
They already are,
a
right?
set rhythm. Of
They
how it
already are.
gets celebrated, you know, in future years. This is kind of a weird, oddball year. It was a double holiday. So if you had a great weekend, awesome. If you didn't get caught up on all the stuff I was doing over the weekend, I did a ton. So just to summarize some of the stuff that I did, finished up my coverage of
don't.
PlayStation Plus Premium, which is the highest.
I mean, I
tier
can just
PlayStation
go
Plus
and look
service
it up on his
available right
channel
now.
if I
And that
cared enough.
service,
But I
it
don't.
covered a lot of stuff. I mean, we're talking classic games, streaming of PS3 games, PS4, PS5 games, and all the like. Even a game trial I tried with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Wow, he did so much
So
stuff,
9
man.
hours of coverage of that is
He did
now live
insane
on DSP
amounts of
Gaming,
effort.
Okay. In addition, I played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, and did my second run through it co-op on the hardest difficulty with the unlockable secret character Casey Jones. And that is currently live here on DSP Gaming as well, for those who missed it. I also made some good headway in Skyrim this weekend, basically getting to the very tail end of the Dawnguard DLC.
Yay,
We're gonna play it
Skyrim.
again
So
later tonight.
exciting.
It looks like we're going to finish up Dawnguard and head into the actual
Okay.
end game of the playthrough
Yeah,
after
please,
some
just-
6 months of playing it.
Just
okay?
end it, man. There is
and then
no
on top
point.
of all of that,
There is no point.
one of the other awesome things that I did was I started up a playthrough of Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1 per your request.
It's not
How did
him,
that
he
come
had it
about? Well, as
transplanted to
I
his
was
chin.
exploring all the content in PlayStation Plus Premium, Toy Story 2 is one
Big
of the
up,
original
Stuart.
PlayStation 1 games that was added to the service and
Transplanted
fully
it.
upscaled to be in HD. Now, I know that sounds weird. You're like, a PS1 game with its outdated camera, outdated controls,
Okay.
but it's upscaled to be HD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It's just
It
for
is
padding,
weird.
to pad
It
out their
looks
new
weird
service.
as I play it, for sure.
Why is this like this? It's so weird.
But as I was checking out these games in the PS Plus Premium Exploration, a lot of people noted that Toy Story 2 was a very nostalgic game from their childhood that they had played, and a lot of people, quite frankly, had suffered with because of wonky controls and a bad camera, and they were interested in seeing me play it too. Now, I like the Toy Story series of movies. I've seen every one of them. So I said, why not? And I started a playthrough of it last night. I'm pleased to announce not only was it very fun and entertaining for me to play, even with all the rages and fails that I had, but people absolutely loved it. I'm
people
shocked at the positive
loved
reception
it.
I'm getting to the playthrough.
What do you mean positive
already.
reception?
So
Somebody
I'm
showed
happy
to give
about
them
that. I'll be
$100,
continuing on
didn't
with
they?
that over the
Didn't
course of this
they?
week, okay?
Didn't they?
So pretty cool.
Somebody threw him $100
And I'm having a
bucks,
great
and he
time
was
this week.
like
Now,
clapping with his
it's
fucking
funny
hands.
because if you look at what else is going on this week, not a heck of a lot in the
It
realm
can't
of new
be
releases.
anything
In fact,
else.
every single new release this week is a retro game. And it's funny because I've been telling you guys about a month ago that I was planning on
How
doing
are
some
new
retro
releases
stuff in
retro
the summer.
games?
Well, guess what?
Maybe
the summer
that's a stupid
starts
question.
tomorrow here in the United States, and all that's available to play are retro games. Seriously. So it's funny how things kind of come together. Now, I'm doing my best to give you a variety of stuff. I don't want to do one type of retro game or get stuck playing only one game and then it gets boring, okay? So I'm doing my best here. Here's what we're doing for this week. Let's go through the schedule. I think many people will be interested if you like retro. If
I
you're
don't know
not
if I
into
mentioned
retro,
Big Ups
I'm sorry, I'm not
Blast
exactly
for
sure what to
becoming
tell
a
you.
member.
This
I
is
don't
what's
even know
coming
if
out
this,
now.
like,
There's
actually
nothing really
played on the
new
screen.
coming out till the very end of the
I don't know
month.
how Stream
And
Elements
then
works at
after
this
that
point.
till the middle of July. So we've got to do stuff as like downtime content in order to fill the time. And I've got great ideas, but they're pretty much all retro, okay?
Okay. Why don't you go back,
So let's talk.
to Dying
Today,
Light
what are we
2?
doing? We're doing
Game you
something
dropped
completely
that
different.
came out this year.
Something I've actually never done before.
Oh, he's never done this
When
before,
you look
guys.
back to the old days of formative games on consoles, you think of classic consoles like the Atari, and the Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay? When Nintendo Entertainment System was released, or the Famicom in Japan, there were tons of games that came out that were groundbreaking. New attempts to do something that had never been done before. And some genres tried to delve into topics that people were not used to, such as horror, right? Imagine that, you know, at that point, most games were about blips and bloops and shoot some space aliens or, you know, do some hopping on weird creatures or do some kind of adventure survival. There was nothing that really delved too deep into horror. And so, when the Castlevania franchise released, people were blown away. It was a franchise that took pretty much all the classic Hollywood movie monsters and translated them into video game enemies in a really
I don't know anything about Castlevania. I don't even know why I'm restreaming this.
Platforming,
If I knew he would
game.
talk about this
But one of
shit
the
so
most
much, I would
notable
probably just
things
watch somebody else.
about the Castlevania franchise was its difficulty. Unlike a lot of
Fucking
other games that were
Castlevania
easy to jump
discussion.
into,
Even if he's
Castlevania,
wrong, I
although
can't
on
call him out.
surface
I don't
seems
know
simple,
shit about this.
Once you start getting heavily into the game, it gets incredibly difficult.
You should talk about FIFA a lot so I can call him out.
Some people rage at these games peripherally and never beat them. They just, you know, eternally angry at
Sorry
Castlevania
for the slurp.
because they're
That
so
was a
hard.
disgusting slurp.
For a lot of people, Castlevania is a rite of passing. Meaning, unless you can beat these Castlevania games, you're basically not good at video games. I remember back in the day, it was kind of like one of those, what do they call them? Like, not a milestone, but something that judges if you've matured enough or you've become a real gamer. I know that sounds really stupid, but for a lot of people, there were certain games. For example, Castlevania franchise, but also
He's gonna
the
say
Ninja
it sounds
Gaiden
stupid, but
franchise,
I
and
bet
then
your ass
Ghosts and Goblins, which then
this
has
guy
sequels
was
called Ghouls and
gatekeeping
Ghosts, Super
people
Ghouls and Ghosts.
back in,
They
like,
were the
kindergarten and
unholy
shit.
trilogy of incredibly difficult classic games on Nintendo consoles that if you could beat any of them, you've proven your worth.
a real gamer.
Okay?
Bro, gamers
Now,
back then.
in a moment, I'm going to give you the history of me and Castlevania. I
they're
don't want
like
to get to
old
it yet 'cause I
school
want to go through the
dudes.
schedule for the rest of the week.
Games generally
But
were much harder back
we were
then.
talking over the last couple of weeks about what's something that I could do for downtime coming up, because I know outside of some other retro games coming out, there's going to be opportunity for big chunks of downtime. And although we have a viewer's choice playthrough coming up, which we'll talk about in a moment, because over the next week I'm going to sit down
Oh,
and
and we
make the
have a
polls for
viewer's
that, and you
choice.
guys
you
will work
guys.
on voting
Aren't
on
you
it.
excited?
There's really not much else going
That's
on.
a rhetorical
and I
question.
said, well, there's a few things that we could do, maybe Super Mario Brothers 2 and the like. But then it kind of, I had an epiphany. I was like, man, you know, Castlevania is a franchise that I've always liked, and I've played and dabbled in before, but I've never done major coverage of it on my channel, and I've never actually beaten the classics. Yeah, unlike a lot of other people who played NES, I never beat them.
So you
I
weren't a
rented them
real gamer?
every once in a while.
You weren't a real gamer.
I particularly remember
he was
playing
just
Castlevania
telling you
3
how you
and
had to beat
4
him to be a real
as
gamer.
rentals
Well, actually,
and
never
liking the
beat him.
games and then getting my ass handed to me and not getting too far in them.
He's still a fake
Thinking,
gamer to
gee, if
this
I'm ever
day.
going to beat these games, I need to own them, and I just never got around to buying them. So I have history with them. But being that I have never actually tackled
What history
this
do you
series
have? You
head-on
played a video
before,
game.
I felt like this would be a good
you haven't like
opportunity. Now,
talking about
incidentally, as
somebody
we've
you
been
had
talking
sex
about this over the
with.
past couple of
You
weeks,
played a video
my viewers
game.
would say, hey, did you know there was a collection?
Come on, get
that was
over
just
this
recently released
quick.
a couple of years ago?
Talk
And I was
about
like,
other
no, I
shit.
didn't
Beg
know
for
that.
tips.
It's called the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, and it spans
Oh,
like
no.
9 or 10 games. It's basically the original Castlevania trilogy on the Nintendo, Super Castlevania, which is Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo.
Oh my God.
Castlevania Bloodlines on the Genesis, which incidentally I've already played. We did the Genesis Mini a few years ago, and I did play a full playthrough of that game back then. Okay? But then also, there's other spin-offs in here, Game Boy games of all things.
Game Boy games.
So I think it's
Wow.
like 4 or 5. I think it's like 8 or 9
Is he
games in
gonna
the
play all
collection,
of them?
something
That
like
should be amazing.
Okay?
Or is he gonna talk about all of them? How much did this
Of
tip
all
was?
things.
I didn't see. Oh, it's a single digit. From Rob on Wheels. You should try harder, fucking Rob.
1.
Asshole.
And we're going to see, where did all these games come from, right? Where was their origin? This is the first idea when it came to what Castlevania would be. I'm sure it's insanely outdated, and I'm sure I'm going to lose a million times, but that's fine. That's all part of the adventure, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. I don't even know how long Castlevania 1
But
is. because
when the
I've
tips
never
get low, he's gonna get really upset at the game.
distinctly remember playing Castlevania 3 and 4.
When
I
the
couldn't even
tips
tell you
get
if
low.
I ever played Castlevania 1. I might not ever have, okay?
Dude, it's his first time playing it. He's a Castlevania 1 virgin. Wow.
Technically, you beat Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Do you not consider that a real Castlevania game? When I'm talking about Castlevania, I mean the origins, the real
Big
games.
ups
okay?
50915
Technically, over the
for
years,
the 8 months.
I played
Dude,
Castlevania
that's a long fucking time.
Symphony of the Night.
And
I played
Anything
Lords of the
Gaming,
Fallen
big
1
ups
and
for
2.
3 months.
There's other ones, but there was another one too
based.
that was, I think, a port of one of the Game Boy Advance games that was ported for console, and I ended up
It's
playing
based
some
in
of
a
it. I don't
good
know if I ever
way,
beat it. I
not in
might
the
have.
racist way.
But I'm talking
Know
about
what I mean?
real mainline, mainstream origins of Castlevania. I've never done it. Okay.
Okay. This is
Like I said, these games were like the rite of passage back in the day. If you beat them, you proved your worth, and people could respect you as a gamer because you beat one of the hardest games ever. You see?
It's like, bro, you already said this. You're repeating
We're
yourself at this
tackling
point.
Castlevania 1. I
One.
don't know how long it is.
Okay.
I don't know how
12
hard
hours
it
for you.
is. And I don't
Very
know
hard.
if we'll get very far today or
Harder
if we'll
than
beat it
your
today.
dick.
Like, I have no frame of reference for this at all. I
Harder
really
than your
don't.
dick can get.
The good news is we have no limits here because I have the collection. So if we beat one, we could easily head on to another one or whatever you want to do. I believe this collection does have save states and things like that.
So you
which
can
is good, because
abuse?
if I die and have to start the whole level over,
Oh,
I won't
yeah.
lose my
We're
mind.
gonna
And here's the
abuse.
thing.
We're gonna
Am I trying to
abuse.
prove that I'm a fucking purist? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm so
Why are
good.
you playing the
I'm gonna beat these
classic?
games legit.
Why are you playing the classic OG fucking games when you're not trying to prove anything? Why?
without using
To save scum. To save scum and get shitty gameplay.
any kind of a
Why?
save state or whatever? No.
No.
At the same time, I don't want to cheat
No.
either. I'm going to be doing my damnedest to legitimately
Oh
do
yeah,
well in
okay.
the game.
Like the redemption
understand
run
that I'm a streamer
with Dark
and a
Souls.
content creator as well as a gamer. This is me trying to make
Exactly.
entertaining content for you. And if I'm stuck on the same level for half an hour, that's not entertaining anymore. I mean, go back last year to when I was playing, what was it, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection or whatever, and how I got stuck on entire stages for entire streams. Okay? I think we want to make actual progress. So it's going to be...
We should make
a
some
mix
actual
of
progress
me
on
trying
this
to do
live
legitimate
stream.
progress.
Talk
and do
about
my
something
damnedest,
else.
And if I get stuck and I can't, then if we need to do save states, we will. But let's see how it goes today. Okay? Cool.
Cool.
So I'm excited for this. By the way, if you've never played the classic Castlevanias before,
Oh
you're
no,
in
we
for a
have a
treat.
by the way
Some
segment.
of the best retro
Okay.
8-bit music ever composed for the NES is in
Wow,
these games.
awesome.
Every single Castlevania game has
Hope
this
you get
crazy
copyright
good,
claimed on it.
catchy song.
Obviously,
that
that's
catches
not
in your
gonna
head
happen.
And you get stuck in there, and you can't get it out. It's that good. The music is absolutely outstanding.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm excited for this.
You know, this means that when
And-
he plays it, he's gonna be doing his stupid songs. La 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 la, ha 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 ha.
Yet, and you know what kind of progress.
This is
I'm-
one of his tricks. One of the clown
We'll
tricks.
find out.
Is this shit from 15 years ago?
All right, that's today's main gameplay stream.
Yeah, like we did, like
Tonight-
he did in Elden Ring. That was one of the first tricks that he bust out. It was the praise the Elden Ring.
Actually, not much left.
And
in
he
here. I
sang
think we
this
have
like
one
10
more
times.
Shrine to find
Within the
I believe we
first
go to
hour.
Temple. I believe we get Oriel's bow, and then I think we head back to the vampire headquarters, and there's a big fight against Harkon. I think that's the end of it. So we're pretty close to the end, and we're definitely gonna wrap that up tonight. And then after that, we head back into mainstream Skyrim, and I'm sure there's a few odds and ends left that I haven't done. There's probably a few quests and things that people will be interested in seeing me do, but for the most part, we're in the home stretch.
We're in
Another
the
couple
home
streams of
stretch.
Skyrim after tonight, and I think we're done with the game. So
Wow, it's so exciting being
let's see how
done
far
with
we
the
get
game.
tonight. Okay.
I thought
And then
playing the game was exciting, not getting it fucking finished.
tomorrow,
This
which
it's literally the conveyor belt. It's the conveyor belt. Man, I'm so excited to get this shit out of the way so I can put this shit in the way and be excited to get it out of the way again.
the streaming week, I'm off on
Wow.
Wednesday.
What an exciting fucking person.
When I get back on Thursday, we immediately head into new release content. Okay.
What's coming
Sonic
out?
Origins.
Sonic
releases
Origins.
This coming Thursday, and Sonic Origins is a collection that covers
Alright.
all the classic Sonic games.
Have
Much like I'm
fun.
playing Castlevania Anniversary Collection, Sonic Origins is the same thing for Sonic the Hedgehog. Excuse me.
He's dying today. Today the
So, it covers
post-nasal
Sonic the
drip is
Hedgehog
terminal.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he got
Sonic
a
and
terminal
Knuckles,
post-nasal.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is the combination of those two games together, and Sonic CD. I don't know if it has anything else, but I know it has all those 5, or I guess you could say 5.5 games in it. Now, that being said, I've already played
Yeah, maybe it's the
Sonic the Hedgehog
monkeypox.
1 and 2
The
just a couple of
pigpox.
years ago when I got my Genesis Mini.
It makes
I
your
wanna say it
skin
was like the fall
look like
2020 or
this,
something
and
like
you
Or was
get
it
a
the fall
terrible
2019?
goatee.
Something like that.
The pig pox.
We played through both. And I don't know if you guys want to see me play through them again. I'd be willing to, but it's kind of like just redoing what I kind of just did recently. Now, on the flip side of that, I have never played Sonic 3 for anyone. I've never played Sonic and Knuckles for anyone. I've never played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I've also never played Sonic CD. So these are all games that would be first-time playthroughs for me when I play them, okay?
Okay. Well, that makes them special.
So,
the special games to be played.
I don't know what to
Even
do
though they're not
on
special and
Thursday.
they've been
I might
out
leave it
for a
to you
long
guys.
time.
Maybe we'll do a poll
Except
on
the new
stream
releases, I guess.
to determine exactly what it is that you guys want to see for Thursday's stream. But I guess we'll figure it out on the fly. Okay? Anso Kamaru says, do you know if Sonic CD will have the American or Japanese
Anso
soundtrack?
Kamaru is a
American
fucking
trash,
idiot,
the
by the
Japanese
way.
is legendary. You know, it's funny. I don't know. And the thing is, I don't know the difference because I first played Sonic CD
I
on
hate to be
PC.
randomly toxic like this to some
We had bought a
K-Pick, but
PC in
he's
the
a moron.
90s,
Probably is,
and
though.
it came with Sonic CD as the game tie-in, and it ran beautifully on PC. It was like really good. And of course, having
Wow,
the CD
it's
quality
really
music for
good.
the
Look
first
at
time
this
in a
eye
way.
contact, by the way.
And that soundtrack
Very
was outstanding.
intense.
So I have to assume that these PC version probably had the Japanese soundtrack.
Bro, this is so
because that was
bizarre.
really good music.
It's like if I was making eye contact with the camera
Okay.
all the time. Man,
So,
DSP is such a fucking
That's
idiot,
Thursday.
you guys.
Now, what are we doing exactly? I don't know. You
sucks
guys
so
can help me
much.
determine that on Thursday
suck.
when we start playing the collection. Okay?
Feel really
By
sucks.
the way, this collection apparently has some remixed music.
And then I just
has
spaz
some
out all
improved
over the
graphics
place,
and
like-
some, I guess, new gameplay elements. I don't even know what they are.
Cool
But
stuff.
that's what everyone's saying, that there's all new stuff in this collection. So I'm stoked to check it out. Okay? Then on Thursday night, we're going to do more Toy Story 2.
Huh?
Jasper Kitty is flat like a pancake. Well, he was.
Oh,
He was completely
Jasper is
squished
flat.
underneath the
Do we
bottom
have
tier
to
of the
like?
stand behind me here.
Do we have to get an
the floor,
ADHD
that's why his
segment
tail's
about
sticking
your
out?
stupid useless cat that doesn't even have claws like other cats?
Hiding. He's being so cute.
Come on.
Anyway,
Let's get real. Let's go back to the show
So-
that people are supposed to be listening.
Thursday night, more Toy Story 2.
Or
Now,
sleeping
people
through.
are telling me the game's only about 6 hours long. As of tonight, I'm already 3 hours in. So after
Well,
playing it tomorrow night and then
quick
Thursday
maths.
night, I might beat the game. So we'll see. Okay. Then on Friday. Friday for me is a very special day, a big one. I don't know about you guys. For me, it's special, and here's why. Friday is the release of the Capcom Fighting Collection. Now, I grew up in arcades in the 90s. Those are my formative years
This is
as a
gonna be a
gamer.
rough segment.
Playing arcade
clocking
games
out.
against other people in person.
I'm just gonna be
Actually got
drinking
a lot of my
during
social
this.
skills and broke out of my kind of antisocial
You don't
mode
have
at that point
social
in my life
skills.
because I was very kind of
You don't have
introverted,
social
and going to
skills.
arcades
No,
allowed me
you
to be
don't
more
have any.
extroverted,
No.
to play games.
If you had social skills, your grown adult men friends, when you had this blowout between you and them, you would catch a hint if you had social skills. You don't have social skills. But let's hear it.
at a good competitive level, to be proud of my accomplishments, to stand up to competition. You see? Definitely formative years for me.
Yeah, you still
This
haven't formed
collection
though.
has a wide variety of games.
You're 40 years old.
The
You're still
entire
having formative
Darkstalkers
years.
franchise. Every version of Darkstalkers ever released.
Not buying
And that
it.
is the fighting game that features all monsters. It's kind of funny. We're playing Castlevania, and then later on this week, we're playing the fighting game with Hollywood movie monsters in it. It's like the ultimate tie-in week here. Like, everything relates to everything.
Whoa.
Okay? So, all the Darkstalkers games are in this collection. But also, some other
The
arcade
Dark
favorites from
Stalkers.
back in the day.
Aren't these the trolls? People that stalk Dark?
Were not necessarily games that were played competitively, but they're fun combat-style games in their own right. Also, Gem Fighter Mini Mix and Super
Hey,
Puzzle Fighter
Gem
2 Turbo.
Fighter.
One
He knows
is
a
game that's
thing or
actually
two
a puzzle
about it.
game based in the Street Fighter universe.
yeah.
The other is a spin-off
puzzle
that takes
game.
the small
What is
cartoonish,
Gem
most
fucking
chibi-looking
Fighter?
characters from the puzzle game
Fighter.
and
I
makes a
don't
fighting
know,
game on
Gem
it.
Fighter Ultimate?
Kinda
Oh yeah,
weird.
mini mix.
Particularly,
does
I
it look
remember,
like, the
it's not a
gameplay?
very competitive game. It's not balanced well at all. There's a few characters that are completely dominant, and it's not
Yeah,
meant
I
to be
can tell.
competitive. At the same time, it's still kind of a silly party game. So all those are in there. For me, the big one in that collection is Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition.
Well, I guess
so what
it's
this
a
game is,
fighting puzzle thing-ish,
it's essentially a celebration
I guess.
of Street Fighter 2. Okay? What it does is it takes every version. There's 5 versions of Street Fighter 2. World Warrior, Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, Super, and Super Turbo. And it combines all 5 into one game. So you can select a character from World Warrior and face them against a character from Super.
Whoa.
And also you can put up the horns. when you do so.
Yo, this guy is like, what the
it's
fuck is
pretty
going
neat
on
that you
with
can
him?
do that. And this
Does he
game came
have
out in
like
2006.
early onset dementia or some shit? He's just having these weird ass brain farts that reminds me of like Joe Biden and shit.
It's meant to have the
really
best
bizarre
characters from every version. So, for example, World Warrior or Champion Edition Guile are incredibly good. Champion Edition Bison is incredibly good.
And he has to talk over burping.
All right? But then some of the
What
Super
a
Turbo
god.
versions of characters like Balrog and
god.
Vega are incredibly good. So actually having these different versions face off against each other in one game is a pretty neat thing. The game basically had traction for about a year in 2006 and was played competitively and people really liked it.
Why don't you talk about this when you're actually gonna play the game?
They wanted to have a
Because
different
he's gonna
collection.
talk about it when he plays the game as well.
Thought that it had tons of input delay and then they dropped that one too. So it was
He's
pretty
gonna
dumb because the game actually
rehash
was really
this
good
segment.
and was dropped
Like
out for
what,
a year,
next
mostly
week
because
or some
Evo made
shit?
an executive decision they didn't want to have it anymore.
I don't know. This guy is just like all over the place.
So it's exciting for me to have this game back. I was one of the top players in the USA at this game. Every tournament I went to, I was winning. Seriously, that year I traveled all over the country.
Time
and I was
capsule
winning
segment.
Almost every tournament I entered.
You're going
There was
back
very
in
few
time
exceptions
when life was actually good.
where I didn't win an
Yeah.
anniversary edition tournament that I had.
This guy's life right now is so amazing that he has to talk about what happened in his glory days 15 years ago every single fucking day.
Okay?
That's how good life is for him. So we have to reminisce on good times every single day.
I'm excited for this
He
game
is
to be
excited. Let's
really
skip to
competitive
live.
ones.
Do
Definitely
a little
Hyper
bit of
Street Fighter 2
DSP chopped and screwed.
Anniversary Edition competitive games people are going to play. And I think actually, I know this sounds silly, Gem Fighter Mini Mix. It's not a competitive game. It's a silly party game. But I think people will actually be playing it online because it's such a silly game. So, I'll be doing multiplayer Friday night, Saturday night. Okay? So, we got Sonic and Toy Story on Thursday. And then we got Fighting Game Marathon.
Whoa,
Friday
fighting
and
game
Saturday.
marathon. That shit is gonna be trash.
Okay?
Big ups to Ann Lead, who's probably gonna be restreaming that. The fighting game fucking marathon.
That Sunday we'll go back to Sonic Origins for the main gameplay stream.
No.
And then that Sunday
No.
night, we will either do more Skyrim as we'll be in the home stretch of the game, or, excuse me, or we can also do some more Castlevania. Because I've played
Yay.
Castlevania only
Let's do
twice.
Castlevania.
Obviously, there's going to be desire to see more. There's no way I'm going to beat the entire collection. So that's going to be an ongoing game that I'm going to be playing too, okay? So, I'm excited, and I hope that you guys are too. That is correct, Crow. He says, I'm getting the game for both consoles. Yes, I already have announced I'm going to be getting Capcom Fighting Collection, both for the Xbox and the PlayStation.
The choosing beggar. Live. This is him. In the flesh. The dude can't survive. Can't eat food on his day off. But I'm getting games on both fucking platforms because I'm an OG.
So, yes, I'll be
Original
able to be
gamer.
playing it multiplayer on both. I'm not sure.
Both?
Maybe Friday night.
Big fat
I'll play
L
it
in
on Xbox.
between?
Saturday night. I'll play.
Both? Take
So
a
I'm
sip. I'm
very
gonna take a
excited.
sip as well.
I'm very excited for this week. It's going to be a fun, special, retro-themed week. Now, along with all of that going on, all right, in addition to that, there's also going to be...
His hair is so uneven. It's distracting at this point.
There's also going to be...
If you look at him
voting.
from the front, and it's just uneven. That's all I can say. It's not
the
even.
Viewer's Choice playthrough. You guys have been nominating games for literally 2 weeks now.
Okay.
All right.
What one?
What I need to do is have a chance to sit down, look at your nominations, form a poll.
Oh, and
post
he
that
needs
up
to
for you
have
guys to start
a.
voting on.
Okay.
I've not had a chance to do that yet. I'm hoping over the
No
next
time
week I will
to
have
do
a
that.
chance. So
We've been
maybe by
playing
this
too much
weekend,
Champions.
You guys can begin to vote during the last week of June on what game you want for Viewer's Choice. Whatever game ends up winning the poll will be played as a full playthrough starting in either very late June or early July for variety purposes. So that way it's not
For
all
variety
retro stuff. We'll
purposes.
have another game in the mix as well. Okay? And then on top of that, of course, we got an upcoming event, a new React event, where I'll be doing a special
Oh, a new
marathon day
React.
where I do a
I
bunch of
thought,
React-style
I
content.
thought the fucking React shit sucks, DSP. And it doesn't make money.
Other videos from the internet.
Nah, we're doing
plus
fucking more.
A live episode of
More.
Feasting with the King.
And Feasting.
Plus my latest, only second fantasy match in WWE
Fantasy match.
2K22. I'm going to be doing a
That shit
30-man
is
over the
trash.
top rope fantasy
No.
battle royal.
Battle Royale in 2K games is trash. Stop doing that shit. It's bad.
When I did this a couple of months ago, you guys loved it and said,
Of
do
course
another
they
one.
loved
So
it.
I'm
They're
doing another one
morons.
in this next React event, okay?
Let's go live.
I'm just trying to
he's,
think off the top of my head.
He's sniping
Is anything else
chat.
going on?
And he
Someone
ran out
was
of
saying
topics to
PayPal wasn't
discuss
working.
in half an
PayPal
hour.
is working because I got a tip already.
How are we gonna fill the rest of the hour?
Meaning maybe the button's grayed out. It's a known glitch with PayPal. Okay, here's what goes on with PayPal.
Oh, now we gotta
You
talk
wanna
about
send a tip.
PayPal. Because
You click on
one stupid motherfucker couldn't send him a tip. Or lied. Now we're having a PayPal segment.
And then when you go to tip, the button's grayed out. Oh crap! What happened? It's a glitch.
It's a glitch,
So
by
here's
the
what you
way.
do.
He knows what's
Click on the
happening at
tips link.
PayPal.
Oh, okay, it's not working. Click on the tips link again. I know that sounds silly, but you have to do it twice because when you click on the tips link and you log in, there's a known glitch where sometimes
glitch.
it blocks you from tipping again.
Have you
So if
tried
click on
tipping
the tips
yourself?
link
Is
the
that
second
how you
time
know?
After you've logged in with your information, everything should work. I know it's really stupid. It is really stupid. But there you have it. If you want to tip, that's how you do it. Okay, if it glitches.
Okay. Are we gonna have a Q&A? We're
Now-
done with talking about nonsense.
Ladies and gents, what I would like to do
Yeah, Q&A.
is talk a little bit
Talk a little bit.
about Castlevania, the history
Oh,
of
no.
Castlevania that I know.
No.
And
You
my
already
personal
talked about
history
it.
with Castlevania, okay?
No, he talked about talking about it. And now we're actually talking about it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Considered one of the unholy trilogy of games on the Nintendo Entertainment
Unholy
System back
trilogy
in
of
the day.
fucking
It was the
segments.
Castlevania
You're still on
franchise,
mission 1.
the Ninja Gaiden franchise.
He literally talked
And then
about talking about
Ghosts and
this
Goblins.
in some other nonsense for 30 minutes straight. And now we actually start talking about it.
Okay? But basically, these three games
Wow.
were absolutely known as the
Wow.
hardest games on NES at the time. And at least I should say the hardest games of quality. There were very difficult games on NES, but a lot of the hardest ones were just shitty games. That's why they were hard. You know, they weren't made to be good games. These were good games that were also difficult. So it was like, man, if you can beat these games, you really proved your mettle as a gamer at the time. Now,
You didn't beat
the
them, though,
Castlevania series
right?
is quite interesting.
He already
Because
admitted he
each
didn't.
game in the series kind of innovates in a new way. Unlike a lot of other games where they just throw out a shitty sequel that, oh, here's the same game, slap on a fucking number 2. Castlevania never did that, all right? So in the original Castlevania, it introduced side-scrolling survival adventure. Really.
Wow.
Because before then it was like a lot of
It's like
super
Minecraft?
action-based side-scrolling platforming and stuff like that. But this game is about resource management. You have to be sure to have enough
Wow.
global items to survive a stage. If you don't, you're fucked. Or if you have the wrong item. Oh, I have the fire or the holy water.
This is
instead of the
him at his
boomerang or
best, by
whatever.
the way. It's him talking about basic ass shit. It's him at his best. Explaining to you what fucking survival aspects and inventory fucking management is in the year of 2022.
You're not going to be able to beat certain enemies. And it was actually interesting in that regard because at that time, a lot of other games were very simplistic, and this one made you think a lot. Okay? And
I guess this is gonna be the style of watching this. I'm gonna just pause and ramble a little bit and then skip to the next segment.
because horror
And
games,
I'm gonna try and pause at appropriate moments.
there were games that dabbled in horror themes, but this entire game is supposed to be like a classic 1960s or 70s Dracula horror movie, right? You're in Dracula's castle, or you're going through a graveyard, or whatever, fighting all these Hollywood monsters.
Spookiness.
The Hunchback is in it. The freaking Frankenstein's monster is in it. The Grim Reaper is in it. There's ghosts. There's goblins. There's skeletons. There's zombies. There's giant fucking severed floating heads. Crazy
Okay.
monsters that are all like, you know, quintessential horror themes.
Okay.
And definitely, like I said, the music too. Oh my god, the music was absolutely positively outstanding in this franchise.
Do you listen to it with your
not only are
wife?
you kicking
When you
ass,
listen to Skyrim music,
rocking out to the tunes while you played it, and it made you want
that's
to play
how they
it more,
hang
even
out.
if
They
you were
listen
dying a
to
million times.
Skyrim
right?
music together. And then they interact.
Castlevania
It's literally
1
NPCs.
Was the basic kind of game, side-scrolling, very linear. You go through some outside areas. You get into the castle, and then you're going through Dracula's castle. You fight Dracula at the end. Very straightforward. Okay. Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. I hate to say it, but it's kind of like the bastard of the trilogy. And what I mean by that is,
Like you're the
for
bastard
example, I'll
of
give you a
your
frame of
family.
reference for those of you who might understand
Yeah.
this. Devil May Cry. How many of you out there have played the Devil May Cry games? A lot of you maybe
What a
haven't, but some of you
disgusting
have.
fucking burp. And he just carries on like nothing happened.
I know.
This is why he's DSP.
In my fan base, there's a lot of people that like Devil May Cry.
Come on.
So think about the original Devil May Cry.
I fucking slurped once, and I was wishing that I had come back in time and muted myself. And this dude's gonna burp and continue like nothing ever happened.
Trilogy, right? I remember back in the PS3 days,
Let me
I bought
slurp
the
again.
Devil May Cry HD trilogy. And a lot of people said, Phil, please play Devil May Cry 1. Phil, please play Devil May Cry 3. And Phil, please never ever play Devil May Cry 2. They were literally saying this to me, and I was like, why? What's so bad about Devil May Cry 2? And people to this day still tell me Devil May Cry 2 is a game that is so bad compared to the others in the franchise that the series went in the wrong direction, changed a bunch of stuff that was sucked ass, and then it's better for you to just forget it.
And this is also he can come back to talking about fucking Castlevania. That's all for this. That's why he's talking about DMC. DMC has nothing to do with this.
Than to play it again. Okay? Personally, I've never played Devil May Cry 2. Alright? But this is just something that's always been since I've been a content creator. People tell me to avoid the game, so I've never played it. Okay? If you're talking about the original Castlevania trilogy, definitely Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is the game that everyone shits on. Alright? And the funny part is, it has a lot of
I told
innovations
you.
for the time.
I told you.
It has an open world.
Fucking
you can
DMC.
roam, going around from not only dungeon areas, but also towns that you can talk to people in and everything. It has an interesting day-to-night cycle, which was unheard of at the time. No games on NES had a day-to-night cycle.
Yeah, that is pretty
This
innovative.
game has it. We'll be fighting the daytime certain monsters and everything, and then all of a sudden it says, oh, what a horrible night for a curse. It's now nighttime, and all the enemies change, and the music changes. And now you're fighting tougher enemies and everything at night, which is kind of interesting, okay? Ultimately, the game's not, I say it's not bad. The problem with Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is that it's one of the most cryptic games ever made, okay? What the idea of the game is that you're supposed to go around talking to townspeople or finding like books in castles that are supposed to give you tips on what to actually
Hey, they
do
give you tips?
to beat the game.
That's why
The
he wants
problem
to
is when
play
they
the game.
translated the game from Japanese
There
to
you go.
English.
The game gives
There
you
was
tips.
a lot lost in translation. So it's supposed to say, hey, when you find an orb, stake it. You know, stick one of your vampire stakes and put it in the crystal orb to advance. It doesn't say that at all. It's like, oh, you have to attack the orb, stick the orb. It doesn't explain it. Okay? There's one situation.
Oh, so an old game expects you to figure stuff out by yourself? Wow, what a controversial design choice.
In the game, okay, where you need to have a certain crystal in your inventory. You need to face a wall that's a dead end. With no indication on the wall you need to do anything there. You need to duck facing the wall with the crystal in your inventory for a set amount of time. And once you do, a tornado, yeah, never before seen in the game, takes you out of there and teleports you to the next part of the game. This is infamously one of the worst parts of any classic game.
His podcast is not the Dark Souls of podcast, because Dark Souls has good design, which would imply that his podcast has good designs. So yeah, it's not. It's more like not even the Mass Effect Andromeda. It's the Ride to Hell Retribution of podcasts, because it's so bad that it's hilarious. And you actually can't really consume it in the normal way it's supposed to be consumed because it's too bad. So you gotta consume it in a way where you're making fun of it.
Everyone complains about it.
Right
and
to
says,
Hell
why is this in the
Retribution.
game?
Oh yeah,
It
the
doesn't make any
Atari
sense.
ET.
It didn't add anything to the game for it to be in it. It was just like a
Classic
cryptic reason for you to buy
entry in the
Nintendo Power
franchise.
magazine or to get a strategy guide. And you see, I'm going to talk about this in a moment, my history with Castlevania. This is mostly how I got my exposure to the classic trilogy, was by reading about it in magazines. I didn't really play the classics until 3 and 4, but I always read in magazines about these things. And it's like, why is this NES game so cryptic? What, like, who are they trying to gatekeep from beating the rest of the game. It's kind of dumb.
The bad
Castlevania 1
gamers.
is linear as hell.
They just
you
want the
can't
good
get
gamers,
lost,
man.
you can't get confused. You just keep going and fighting enemies till you win, till you survive. But Castlevania 2 is like this weird maze, puzzles and shit you'll never figure out unless you have a guide. Okay? So it's very different. That's why so many people say to this day that Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is the worst Castlevania game ever made, and you should just skip it.
Okay, sure. All right. And this was like, what, 10
What's
minutes
really sad about
explaining
that
to you
is
every single
it
thing
has some
about
of the best
it?
music of the franchise.
It's like
and you totally miss
nobody
out on
asked
that if you
about
don't
it.
play the game.
I don't know, man.
So,
I'm really
even when
fucking
I get-
confused of why people would be even watching this shit and what you stand to gain from this. Because this guy has proven that he's not knowledgeable about shit. He can't even do his own fucking taxes. And he's not interesting enough for shit. And he's not, like, outspoken enough and eloquent enough to have a good podcast rambling about anything. Like, why the fuck would you even sit through this?
I want to make advanced battle. I just walk in circles. It's like an RPG hybrid out of hearts or blood or something.
What is
you collect the
this?
currency.
Castlevania 3?
You didn't have to
No,
buy
we don't.
things in
We don't
town
even
with
know
it,
what we're
which
talking
makes no
about.
sense. It's supposed to be
All right, makes no sense. Skip to live.
So it's a good game in its own right, but it's very difficult because you have to learn all these different combat styles and everything for the different characters. So then, after 3 games on NES, Super NES came out, and much like many games that followed suit here, they wanted to upgrade the franchise. Okay, so what they did is they basically went back to its roots. No more cryptic RPG shit. No more other characters.
Cryptic,
Just
by
one
the way.
vampire hunter yet again.
I guess cryptic is when
gonna
the
be,
game
you know,
doesn't explain
classic
stuff to you,
side-scrolling,
and you gotta figure it out by
entertaining
yourself.
But they added some new elements to it.
I guess
in
that's
Super
kinda what it is.
Castlevania or Castlevania 4, this game now has 8-way whipping. Not only are you whipping straight up, down, left, and right, you could now go in angles as well, and this
Can you
makes
whip
the
the
combat
nene?
way better, and it makes the game feel way more fun. Like you have way more
Can
control
you,
over your character. In addition, this game
do the
has a lot
Soldier
of the
Boy?
things at the time that were new. For example, the Mode 7 graphics where the backgrounds could rotate around while you were playing. This was implemented in games like Super Mario World, but also in this game. So there's certain rooms where you'll whip on like a hook, and you'll hold, and the whole room rotates around while you're hanging on this hook until you release it, and the whole room's rotating. Now you can keep going and do other stuff in it. So it's kind of
that's
interesting in
godlike.
that regard. I remember renting it and really liking it, and again, never beating it. So it's funny that I never really completed any of the classic Castlevanias at all. All right. Now there were other spin-offs. Castlevania Bloodlines was the one on Genesis. I never played it until a few years ago, and then I got my Genesis Mini, and on the Genesis Mini I played it and I loved it. So in that game you can
Yeah,
either
he got
be,
the Genesis Mini. I've seen
a
that
vampire hunter style
Kevin
character with
stream.
a whip, or you can play as a completely different character who has a giant trident. So I'm like, why the fuck would I want the whip when you could have a giant
Holy
trident?
shit.
So I played
This
through it
is
as that
like
character.
the saddest fucking shit, man. This is the most friendless fucking activity that I've seen in my life. This guy has so little friends and so little things to say to people and people to actually listen to him that we're sitting here basically fucking hostage listening to this guy's childhood gaming experiences as he flails around and tries to pretend like he knows shit about stuff. It's the most friendless that I've seen anybody who's friendless be friendless.
Shit, okay? Excuse
This
me.
is just like some random bullshit about video games that is like, nobody asked, just like play the game. If you're done with this stupid podcast, just show me what the game is about.
Dracula X, which were, I guess they were ports of Japanese games that, I don't know. I didn't play any of those. The only PlayStation...
Yeah, I know the dude that was whipping the Nene.
PlayStation Castlevania game I ever
He
played
killed
was
his
Symphony of the
cousin.
Night.
Yeah, Silento.
And funny enough, I
That
never
boy.
played it on PlayStation. I played it around the launch of the Xbox 360 era. It was actually a downloadable game on Xbox Live Arcade.
God.
And I was like, well, here's an opportunity, you know, for me.
And it's like, that's the thing with him. He's neither a big celebrity that people ask him about these stuff. Phil, please tell me your story with the Metroidvania fucking Castlevania franchise. And also, it's not like a Q&A thing. It's just him deciding to do this. And we have to sit here and listen to a lecture of his life experiences with this game series. It's dumb as shit, considering that he's about to play the game series. He can talk to you about this while he is playing the game. And instead, he's just gonna talk all this nonsense and then he's gonna play the game, and it's gonna be dead air. Half of the stream is gonna be him not saying anything because he talked too much now and exerted himself.
Experience a game that everyone says was amazing.
Friendless
right?
behavior.
But I never played on the PS1 era. So here's the thing that I tell you guys all the time. Back in the PS1 era, I very much was into a competitive Street Fighter.
Yeah, you're right.
Agostinho
Zinga show.
In gaming. It was
I
either
agree with
competitive
you.
Street Fighter, or at that time, I actually was into gaming PCs. And I was playing games like Unreal Tournament 1 and 2.
I'm about to go
Quake,
make a new one.
And I had
By the way,
gaming PCs that were networked at my parents' house.
we're talking about
that I
gaming
would actually
PCs.
play
Pay
with
attention.
my friends, they'd come over and we would play together online. We'd network together and play online, jump a party, and do some fun stuff in those games.
Wow, they would set
and
up
then
a
we'd be off to
LAN.
play in a Street Fighter tournament. So that was my gaming, lifestyle back then. I wasn't really into console games at the time. So when I finally played Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the Xbox 360, I loved it. I was like, wow. Now, by the way, Castlevania Symphony of the Night was really where the franchise carried over and stopped being Castlevania and started being the new term called Metroidvania. And isn't it funny that on this pre-stream podcast intro right here on the
not
border,
funny at all.
we've got Samus
No,
Aran up here
no.
from Metroid, and
not
we've got
funny.
one of the Belmont boys.
No, because the
up here,
shitty design.
Castlevania.
The shitty design. It's not funny.
Did Metroid and Castlevania fuse? Well, when Symphony of the Night came out, they decided what they wanted to do. They wanted to combine the open world exploration and discovery of Metroid games, the retracing your steps once you have a new key or a new ability or a new item, and being able to go to another part of the map. They wanted to add that to the Castlevania franchise. So you weren't just going through a linear Dracula's Castle. You were going through.
All right, I'm having a derailment, and maybe somebody's gonna get irritated by this because I pause too much, and you're gonna leave. Then that's completely in your right to do so, and I would understand this. But this motherfucker is exactly the same as one of the professors that I had in university, who would like to hang out with kids and start basically explaining to them shit like this. Because this dude legitimately had nobody else to talk to on the planet Earth. Legitimately. He's the same fucking guy. He would just like pull you aside and start talking to you about some shit that like nobody else apparently wants to hear. Holy shit. Let's go back to him.
Be retracing your steps once Alucard, the main character of this game, got a lot of his abilities back.
The Alucard?
So, it was kind of interesting in that regard because it really
I'm gonna
felt
go
like
get
Metroid
another
when
drink.
It was Castlevania, you see? And by the way, Symphony of the Night had absolutely outstanding graphics and a really kicking ass soundtrack because again, it was a CD based game, so they were able to put CD quality music into it for the, one of the earlier times. So, pretty awesome. But for that game for a lot of people was the game where they feel, oh, Castlevania jumped the shark. It's not Castlevania anymore. It changed, right? I thought it was good, but here's what happened. So I didn't know anything about the game when I played it. I was just trying to play it cold turkey for the first time. And I remember playing it, and once you're getting to the end, and you're getting down to the end of the castle, you're like, oh man, this has been a wild journey. It's been a long one, but it's been a tough one. But you know what? Alucard got all his abilities back. He's tough now. He's gained experience points. He's ready for the final boss. You're fighting the final boss. Okay, here we go. Got it. Yes, I persevered. And that's the ending. And then the game, excuse me, pulls a ghouls and ghosts on you. Or ghosts and goblins, or whatever you want to say.
Hey, we got the ghouls and ghosts right here.
Those games
got the
back
ghouls
in the
at
day
least, and Cat is the
very
ghost because
cool.
she's gone.
Why? Because after you beat the entire game and you beat the final boss, those games would say, ha, that was all an illusion. Beat the fucking game again from the start to get the real ending.
This literally just being a DSP fan. It's nothing more than this. Hey, we saved the house. Well, guess what? I'm gonna lose my house next month. So make sure to show up at the fucking fundraiser. I mean, effort to raise funds. Yeah? Yeah, it's exactly the same fucking thing. And of course, he's giving you the smug face looking into the camera to make his point. But he doesn't realize the irony of it all. It's literally what you do, you fucking asshole.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
I spent all that time beating
you.
the game. You're gonna tell me I have to do it again to see your ending? And the thing is, the ending's not gonna be good. You know the ending's gonna be something stupid like Victory or congratulations. You're a good player or something stupid. You know what I mean? So you beat Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, what's up, Chris
and the game
Danks?
says, "Ha!
How's it
Fuck
going, man?
you! You got sucked into the upside down dimension." And then the game says, "Oh, we're just gonna flip the map upside down now. Replay the whole game upside down." My honest reaction when this happened to me was something like this. Oh,
He fucked it up. You fucking moron, Darkside fucking Phil.
and I never beat
You
it.
fucking moron. You screwed up your own clown mode. You fucking joke. You joke. You fucked it up again. You pro fucking streamer.
Get a real fucking job. You're still on mission. You're still on mission 1.
I didn't. I never beat Symphony of the Night because I didn't want to replay the game.
Oh
again.
my fucking
I felt like
god.
I had chuffed
The
it out.
absolute state
and I'd
of
done everything.
Darkside
I actually
fucking
felt like it was a
Phil.
cop out. Okay. I didn't want to do that again, so I never did.
The
I've never beat
absolute
Symphony of
state.
the Night because after that, the castle flipped. I got so pissed off that I just never wanted to go back and play it ever again. All right.
And
Now,
he rage
understand,
quitted basically.
This is me as
But
a
he
different
doesn't want to
person.
admit it.
You know, we're talking. Phil
Oh, this
of,
is me
like,
as a different person. We're having the separation.
2006, 2007 Phil. All right. 2022 Phil, 15 years later, a very different person.
Of course, yeah.
A lot more
Of course
calm
he
and
is.
mellow.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
How are you a common fellow? Common what? Common what? You don't participate in society. You isolated yourself. You spent all your money on fucking mobile games, Candy Crush bullshit. Oh yeah, normal Phil. I would fucking beg to differ. I would argue that old Phil was a more adjusted human because he used to talk to actual real life people and not fucking Derek and fucking Lucifer Soul and who was the other guy? Uwat Baxter or some fucking dude like that. Come on, DSP. Come on. He was more well adjusted when he was crying in a fucking parking lot and telling people that he was an alcoholic so they don't beat him up. He was more well adjusted back then than he is now. Give me a fucking break, DSP.
actually do a full play.
Old Phil was way fucking cooler than this guy. This fucking sack of shit that's entitled to money and waking up 1 hour early is a massive hassle for him and it ruins his whole schedule. Come on. Come on. Back in the day, he would link up with people that would play games and shit. They would appear in his videos. They would even say that they're friends. And nowadays, nothing like this. They don't even want to, like, have him on a podcast or some shit.
Symphony of the Night may be fun as hell. I might want to do that someday. Okay. For now, we leave it as it is. I was a very different person back then, full of anger and rage. I was very upset that they tried to pull a bait and switch on me, and they expected me to beat the whole game again. I said, fuck this, and I literally never played the game ever again.
Now the soulmate comes back, and I'm sloshed, like I was at the post show on Saturday.
And see, here's the thing. Now I know that, because some guy says,
I don't know if somebody
it's a
noticed,
completely
but
different
yeah,
castle.
I was destroyed.
Once it's reversed, new bosses and enemies. See, I know that now. I didn't know that back then. I thought they actually expect me to beat this game again. Like I thought it was Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. I thought that's what they were doing to me, and I got so angry I never played it ever again. So I did miss out. Admittedly, you know that's what happens when you have a short fuse. You know, so maybe one day I will go back. I own the game on Xbox 360, so whenever I want, I could download it and play it on my Xbox Series X. We could do a playthrough of it one day if you guys wanted. I'd be down for that. Okay, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Dayglow noticed I was drunk.
Outside of
but
that,
that's the thing.
I skipped all
when
of
I
the
get drunk, I don't
Castlevania
say
games over
dumb
the
shit
2000s,
or like controversial shit like that. So it's all right. I can get drunk as much as I want. I can even have like passing out streams. Get drunk until I pass out.
Interaction with
I'm gonna have like a $300 tips goal, and if I hit it, I'm gonna drunk until I literally collapse on camera. I'm gonna sell myself like that. Shamelessly,
man,
every single day.
Definitely have some similarities to Castlevania. Those games don't play like Castlevania. Those are completely different. I would compare them more to say like classic Devil May Cry, only with different kinds of combat, you know, puzzles, exploration, but they definitely are not like classic Castlevania in any way. It's funny because they made 2 of them and then they just never came back. That was the end of that. But the thing is, you might say, well, Phil, how do you know so much about Castlevania? Because you said you didn't...
Who asked this? Who asked this? Are you asking yourself this question that is simultaneously sucking your own dick? Hey Phil, why do you know so much about this stuff? Who said this?
Even play most of the early ones.
Who?
Nintendo Power and other game magazines. Like Nintendo Power, I was subscribed to, and it would have these in-depth coverage of the games. It even had a comic strip, a comic book in the magazines about Castlevania and stuff like that. It always had like interesting things like that to tie into new game releases. So I think it was either Castlevania 2 or 3 where they had a whole comic book tie-in in the magazine. You get excited, oh, this game looks good. And then there'd be a whole blowout in the game. Here's how you beat this, here's how you do this. And I would always read that, and I would enjoy that. Even though it was kind of a spoiler, you know, I didn't own the game. So for me, it was kind of interesting. It was a way to get informed on games back in the day. So even though I never really owned any of the Castlevania games, I always knew about them, and you know, if I could rent them or whatever, I would play them. So, yeah, that's my history with Castlevania. I think the series is great.
We're done. We're done, you guys. You fucking made it.
Actually jumping in for the first time ever today and actually playing them at face
Hey, what's up,
value,
Westside? That's a nice time you would show up. He's just done with the most obnoxious segment of all time.
Legit. And I'm excited to see how it goes. I don't know how well I will do. I may very well get my ass handed to me all day long today. It could happen, you know. I guess we'll see. But you know, I love horror. I love classic
your life
horror
is
movies. I like classic side-scrolling games with combat and action. I like challenging games.
Hey, it's Jasper. Look at him.
It seems like a formula.
We saw Jasper's tail. That confirms that DSP is 1 minute, man, by the way.
Right?
Because I made it up.
You don't know. Sometimes you have a formula, and then all of a sudden the beaker explodes everywhere, right?
Hey, what's up,
like, oh, shit,
old school gamer? Hope you're doing well as
I guess
well.
We'll see what happens today. Okay.
I guess I am pretty well since I'm sipping, I'm slurping,
all right.
I'm lurking.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's really all I got. I was looking for gaming news and stuff today. There is absolutely none. Nothing going on in the room.
Yo, he's done within an hour?
So what I would like to do now
Q&A
is
Q&A.
shout outs to
those shout outs, okay.
Answer any questions or whatever from those people. And then we will get into Q&A if there's time.
There we go. Q&A.
So first, let's go
we gotta kill some fucking time, boys. We can't just go into playing video games. This is not what we do on this fucking channel, darksidephil.com. That's not what we fucking do.
If the link is grayed out to tip, click on the direct link to the page again.
And now we're trying to convince people how to
also became a member this morning. So I guess what we'll do is we'll check the members, total members, by the end of the
This guy doesn't give a shit. And he's running a podcast. This is the podcast going on. Dude doesn't give a shit. He's sitting there stroking his cat like a supervillain and looking at chat.
And see how it's going. Watch this. Ready for kitty?
This is podcast. This is the podcast. You're supposed to listen to this and enjoy it.
This is how you pet a cat. You pet their lower back. They love it.
Okay.
He loves it. Look, he loves it. He's rubbing his head on the chair now. He's excited. He likes kitty pets.
Wow. Well, too bad I'm listening to this, Mr. Podcast. Too bad I'm listening to
How you
this.
pet a cat.
I can't actually see you pet the cat.
Rubs on their head, like they like rubs on the
Because
side
this
of
is
their
a
head. That's where their
podcast,
sensors
you
are,
fucking
their
idiot.
sensory glands, but they love
Even though I do this
pet
on our
back here.
podcast as well. I'm guilty of that.
He loves it. See?
But now we're just stalling.
Like, yes,
we're
please more.
literally
Look,
just
please
stalling.
more.
And stroking Jasper. We're just stalling right now.
He loves it. Jasper Kid.
Oh my god.
What enough?
You're still on mission 1.
You're a silly boy.
Oh my god.
People like having you back in here, Jasper. I can already tell people love it.
Yeah, people love it.
Okay,
I love Jasper so much.
I believe
he literally contributes absolutely nothing to this stream, and I love him just because he exists.
we have a super chat.
Obviously.
Excuse me, a tip.
And we got a tip. Come on, you got a tip earlier.
Our first tip of the day is from Rob on Wheels.
Yeah, it's fucking Rob.
$5, and he says, "What did you think of?" He's laying on my leg. What do you think of Tiny Tina's Wonderland?
Nothing.
Well,
not interested. Pass.
Oh my god, he loves it. It's so funny. What do I think of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands? Well, it's literally what I thought it was going to be, right? I was saying when it came out, I said, I don't know why you guys would want to see me play it. It's literally Borderlands with a skin thrown over it, the guise of which it's going to be a fantasy game now instead of Borderlands, but it's literally Borderlands pretending to be a fantasy game, right? Like, that's what I said. So what happened? I played it for about 45 minutes, and guess what? It was Borderlands with a fantasy sticker over it. You know, it's skeletons and, you know, demons. I'm sure later on there'll be probably goblins.
He asked you what you think of the game, not what the game is. Okay, you don't have to describe it to him. He's not Super Blind Man. He is Rob on wheels, a different wheelchair.
And I had a gun that was shooting ice.
Come on, fucking DSP.
It's Borderlands. Have you played Borderlands?
Man.
If not, then maybe you'll be blown away by Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. But it's literally Borderlands pretending to be a fantasy game, which is fine if that's what you're looking for. What I said was I feel that game will be fun as like a chill stream, not a serious playthrough. I'm glad I didn't buy it as the new release because I don't think it would have done very well on my streams, honestly. I see that game as being something that, you know, we're looking for a late night stream.
I'm never gonna get over the fact that his keyboard is in the exact opposite way his screen that he's typing with the keyboard on is. It blows my mind.
I don't think that's a game that has any kind of giant
Everything about his setup is literally the worst.
To me, I'm not against franchises doing stuff like this, but
bro, he's still talking about fucking Tiny Tina, man.
So if you want to play Borderlands, reviewing to playing, and I make that a game that I'm going to play on late night streams, it's about, you know, it's going to be repetitive. So that's my opinion on it. Okay. All right. Excuse me.
Thank you. Let's carry on, dumbass.
Okay.
Sir Dumbass. Sir Dumas.
I got another super chat. This one from Parasolo. He says, "Do you think PS5 games will be streamable on PS Plus?" Streamable?
Yes.
No.
No. I don't fucking know, man.
I almost feel like some of them were, but I didn't really care. I know for a fact that there were PS4 games that were streamable. Meaning, when we say streamable, just to clarify for those who are wondering what we're talking about, we mean you're not fully downloading the game to your console and then playing it. We mean there's no download. You play it immediately. You start streaming right over the internet. And some of the games that we tested for this service were all PS3 games. We tried games such as Infamous 2, Oblivion, Motorstorm.
And we're back to fucking listing stuff. DSP, listing stuff isn't actual knowledge. It's just listing stuff.
Then there was a game like Red Dead Redemption. I never would have thought.
I'm skipping through this.
Stream your games rather than download them is going to work for certain type of games and not others.
Yes.
Odd. So I think it really is a case-by-case basis, okay?
Okay.
So, PlayStation 5 games, are they streamable? I can't say yes or no because I didn't really look into that. What I'll tell you is if PS3 games were having issues, can you imagine PS5 with the amount of detail and stuff in PS5 games? Can you imagine?
It's not about the detail. It's a different way of developing stuff. Especially like, you can think of older software. Who's fucking screaming outside this fucking apartment? God damn it. Anyways, if you think of like old stuff, it's developed in a different way that is now obsolete and is kind of hard sometimes to find out the proper compatibility. So that's why they would have issues. Because stuff like this, it's outdated and they don't do it anymore. So they need to find a way to wrap it around how we do things nowadays. And that's why they had issues. So they might actually have less issues with the newer technology that comes out because it's developed closer to the way that we develop stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably, yeah.
The issues that those games are going to have can be downloaded.
Okay, we're still talking about this. This, by the way, insufferable segment. And you know he, on purpose, is rambling in circles about this because he has no contributions.
I'm pretty sure that's the story. Oh, we'll see it together. Because I believe the story is pretty simple. Dracula's an asshole. You gotta kill him.
Yeah, Castlevania. Okay, let's go to live. No more pausing and
what's
skipping.
What's your general opinion after 4 sessions of PS Plus exploration? Is it worth it at that price? Is it worse or better than Game Pass? Is it worth it at the price? Well, it's $18 a month or $10 a month if you buy a year in advance. For me, here's the thing. If I had not played all of these new releases of the last 2-3 years on PlayStation 4 and 5, I would feel the value is tremendous. If you're someone who's just jumping into PlayStation, or maybe just recently got a PS4 or PS5, and now you want to experience this whole console generation, yes, get it. You're going to play all the hot games that you missed for a very, 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 very discounted rate, okay? If you're in it for classics, I don't think the value's there at all. There's very few classics available on it right now. The vast majority of the game catalog is the streaming PS3 games, which is hit or miss.
Aren't those classics?
Some of the games streamed well,
PS3
some did
stuff?
not. So are you willing to pay $18 a month
point?
for a giant catalog of PS3 games that half of which might run like shit?
How about you pay this for a month and then you test out the subscription and then you decide what to do next? There we go. Fixed. But DSP can't have this. He's never thought about the idea of paying for a subscription service for 1 month. He's the gullible consumer. So he needs to always get the most premium and amazing subscription that they got. He just has to. It's his duty as a consumer to do that. And as a gullible fuck.
I mean, that's
To not get the thing that is good for you, but to get the thing that scams you and appeals to you as if it's good. You know what I mean?
Side, I guess. So for now, the
basically consume.
Major
Just consume.
quality
Shut
is
up
for
and
those
consume.
who did not play all the big games the last few years on PlayStation consoles. Personally, I did. So for me, there's not much value. Now, I am going to continue having this service at least for another month, and here's why. In the month of July, this new game Stray is coming out, and they said Stray will be covered if you have PlayStation Plus Premium. Well, it's $18 for Premium. Stray is going to cost more than that to buy. Why would I buy it? I'll just get Premium and play through the game. You see? So that's what I'm going to do. Now, after I play Stray, will I renew it for another month starting in August? I don't know. It may come that maybe we've beaten Toy Story, right? Maybe there's another game in there we'll want to play over July, and then it'll kind of dry up and we won't really care anymore.
Maybe you're not even going to make it that
Right
far.
now, the only real thing that I would be missing out on
So maybe?
is that Third Strike Online Edition is on there, and I played it. I was like, wow, it actually runs pretty good. And that's a really good way to play Third Strike, I feel. But outside of that, I don't really think there's anything of value I'd be losing, you know, if I didn't keep the subscription right now. You see? So what I would say is, if they start adding retro games, maybe 5-10 a month, and the catalog starts building, and you've got all the classic Resident Evils, you've got classic RPGs on there. Imagine if they start adding like Suikoden or the Final Fantasy games, stuff like that.
All right, I
Imagine they
ran a
just keep
poll
building
of
the catalog,
what to do
building the
after this
catalog up.
stupid
And you have
stream.
all these classics on there now, some of which are upscaled, right?
By which
That
I
would be
mean this
sweet.
stupid
Then I
pre-stream.
would say the value's definitely there. Right now, for what's there at launch, no. Those classics
There must
are
be like a
not worth it at
festival
all.
going out or
You know,
some shit.
I
There's
really
like
hope that
some serious
add a lot
beats
more to
being
it.
dropped outside. It's tempting. It makes me want to
Let's
go
see
there.
here.
If I didn't have a soulmate, I would be hitting up
Crows'
those beats right
follow-up,
now.
if it is from a pre-order. Wait, a follow-up to what? Huh?
What
Bro,
is
what do
this
you mean?
asshole talking about, bro?
Exclusive. 2015. And exclusive to people who at the time were
It's the
getting
Fallout 4
Loot
thing.
Crate. So if
The
you were
Loot
getting
Crate thing.
Loot Crate
He
at
was
the time,
shilling the
there was
fuck
a
out of Loot Crate.
gamer-themed month, and that gamer-themed month included...
He was shilling the hell out of Loot Crate. Let's see what he's gonna say about it. Was it trash?
The only time you could ever get
Did
that
you think it
bobblehead.
was
It's never been
trash?
produced otherwise. You could get tons of other bobbleheads, but you can't get that one. Okay?
Oh, so it's a limited edition. This probably
At that
costs
time,
something
I had a
right now.
partnership with Loot Crate. This
Probably costs more than, I don't know,
is
DSP.
when Loot Crate was partnering like everyone on the internet, who
Like
had internet
most
presence.
things.
And every month they would send me a Loot Crate. I would unbox it, show you guys the stuff in it. I had a promo code. If you use that code,
Yeah,
when
he
you
was a
subscribe to Loot Crate, I get a
shill,
cut.
like Boogie.
The first year, it was
Both
decent.
of 'em.
After that, when people started to see, sadly, that the stuff in Loot Crate was not that great.
Oh, did you
not
say
many
it
people
was
used
not that
anymore.
great?
And after about 2 years of being partnered with them, they basically said, "Well, you're not really getting sales anymore, so we want to basically suspend the partnership."
And they kicked him out
And then incidentally,
again, again, and again, and again, and again. Every place this dude goes, he gets kicked out.
Went out of
And it's never his fault. It's never anything he did.
business. They went completely out of business because no
Of
one
course, and now they went out of business and he laughs at them and makes fun of them. He's stomping on their grave right now. He's doing backflips on their grave. He's doing Fortnite dances on their grave. He's whipping the nay-nay on their grave. Fucking Loot Crate. He shilled the fuck out of Loot Crate and still couldn't sell any. He couldn't sell any and they dropped him.
was really
And the dude never said a bad thing about Loot Crate. Any kind of trash that he could find inside, he was claiming like it had some purpose, or it was meaningful in some way, or it wasn't some bullshit.
subscribing to them anymore because their stuff wasn't that good.
Yeah,
And
I've watched those videos. I have previous streams on that. I don't know how you can find them because all my streams is just a mess, but I try.
And a new company bought them out, and now apparently they're back, and they do new different.
Oh, now
stuff
they're back.
I don't
Okay.
know. I haven't dealt with them since.
Okay. Well, didn't they go out of business though? And you were real smug about it. And then they came back. He had like 5 seconds to Fortnite dance on their grave and then they got back. And he just kind of backpedaled on that. Well, I don't know what actually happened. I don't know, man. They might be good.
But yeah, so that was only from that, right?
What a
Couldn't get it
scumbag.
anywhere else. That's the exclusive bobblehead. There you go.
Oh, and look at that haircut. This haircut is just wild. This is just wild. On the sides especially. Because in the front it's super uneven and it's really obnoxious. But on the sides it's like a little bit of a
stream, as in the
What?
free DLC for Valhalla and the future of the series being
No,
shown.
he's not doing that shit. Who are you, you fucking idiot, to ask him something as stupid as this? He's not doing it, you fucking moron.
September.
Why you bother to ask him?
No.
No.
I'll talk about that in September. I don't care about free DLC for Valhalla.
No, he doesn't give a
Valhalla
shit.
was
And the DLC isn't free anyways.
already a game that was just so long, and it was just too long. So I didn't care about DLCs for it. I know they have a whole like feature-length game DLC for it. I don't give a shit. You know, what it is.
It's not free
they
DLC
made a giant
though.
game, and a lot of people got burnt out on it and never even finished it. Then they decided,
That
well,
is true.
we put so much work into this game in the game engine, we're just gonna do 1 million releases and DLCs.
No,
for it.
that's not what they. No,
care.
that's literally false. You're literally factually wrong on this.
I played the main game. That's all that matters to me.
What they wanted to do is push Valhalla for more than 1 year. Like Odyssey was, it was like a 1 year release, was like a yearly thing. So they wanted to work on that while they were doing Assassin's Creed Infinite, which is their new live service thing that it's about to happen. So instead, they just took some time with Valhalla to put out these 3 DLCs, which are the Druids, Paris, and Ragnarok. And that's what they did. And there you fucking go, Darkside Phil, you ignorant sack of shit.
Everyone else who wants to play the 100 DLCs for it, good for you.
And none of them are free, by the way. You buy every single one.
I hate on you. I don't care about the 100 Valhalla DLCs.
No,
Alright?
there are 3
When
of
they
them
do
and
have
they're
a
all
big
paid.
announcement. Excuse me, about the future of the franchise, which is supposed to be some digital announcement in September. I'll cover it then, but there's really nothing to talk about right now. So there you go.
That's it. So he had this 30-second segment and it was wrong like 3 times. What a great fucking streamer.
I like Odyssey the best out of the 3.
Oh my fucking god, an even worse of a take.
El Grey Zoros,
The worst fucking take.
Odyssey more than Origins and Valhalla. I did too.
You're
Out of
a
that
fucking
trilogy of
crackhead,
modernized
DSP.
games that kind of play like Witcher 3.
You're a fucking crackhead.
I like Odyssey the best.
You like Odyssey the best out of all of them. A game that drops you legendary weapons every 15 minutes like it's fucking popcorn. And throws shit in your face like it's The Division. It has fucking rigged experience mechanics where it nerfs your XP to like 4 to 8 times what you're supposed to earn. Just so you can do the bullshit side missions that is going and rescuing somebody's fucking chicken 1,000 fucking times. You dumb sack of shit, DSP.
Out of the 3. I agree with you there.
You're just wrong on this. It's the worst one. It's the worst one. And Origin's probably the best one. Because the Ubisoft have a thing of developing something good and then walking it backwards until it's no longer good.
What's up, Holy Warrior Tonin? How you doing?
Also, he liked Odyssey because he got one of his streams be sponsored.
I already
That's
played
why
Shadow
he liked it.
of the Colossus twice. I played Shadow of the Colossus. There was a PlayStation 3 version of the game many
Hey, what's
years
up with the
ago.
poll,
That was my
by the
first
way?
experience with it. and then they re-released it for PS4, and I played it again. So no, I don't think I'm playing Shadow
I guess the
of Colossus
DSP shit
third
is
time.
winning, but
2 times
also
is enough.
close with games. So yeah, make sure you get your vote in. But this Q&A is probably gonna take another like 30 minutes, so don't rush too much. I'm gonna be here. The drink's gonna be here. Maybe the soulmate's gonna come back. If she comes back, then I'm gonna cut the stream short.
What are my thoughts
I
on
wanna
the new
hang
Witcher
out
game
with
being
her
made? Do
a
I think it's just
little
because
bit.
how bad Cyberpunk did? I mean, I think it's a combination. I think it's, number one, the fact that Cyberpunk was such a huge critical disappointment, and
What does that mean,
Projekt
though?
Red,
What does it mean, a critical disappointment? Because those motherfuckers, the critics, they review the game when it comes out. And that game was a pile of shit when it came out. And now it's not. And now, the people, the users, they went back and they fixed their scores because they enjoy the game now. Or at least they are likely to enjoy the game. I'm not saying everybody. Because the game does have some inherent direct flaws. Right? So we don't care about the critical reception of anything. If it's broken at launch, we don't care. We do not care.
doesn't want to have that as a stigma forever. They want people to know them as a great game development company, and Cyberpunk basically tarnished the shit out of their reputation, right? But when you really look at the history of CD Projekt Red, the one game that for them was the big shining diamond that everyone praised was Witcher 3.
Broken on release.
Yeah, people liked Witcher 1 and 2, but Witcher 3
Broken on release.
was that giant paragon of
They were
big-
all had shitty performance on release on multiple platforms. DSP. Are we forgetting about this? And that's what made them have some bad critical reviews.
gaming greatness that everyone compares every RPG to it, right? So
All right.
I guess once you're
They
told
compare
that
the
your
writing
new
to
franchise
it.
that you put all your eggs in one basket in sucks,
Yeah, see
Right?
around old school
You're gonna go
gamer.
back-
I do like Valhalla. I like Valhalla and Origins quite a bit. Odyssey I straight up hate.
to what you know you can do well. And I think that's what it is they're going to go back now. Even if they originally weren't planning on doing so, I think they're going to go back to the franchise that they know is tried and true good, that people love and people would absolutely love to go back into. So even if they weren't planning on going back, I think that's why they're going back.
No.
By the way,
They
give me
were
a
planning to go back this whole time.
minute, guys.
They're not gonna drop The Witcher while they're having a Netflix show come out and be hot. They're not gonna drop the IP, DSP. You're not actually thinking.
I am going to turn on all the ACs at my house. The sun is
And
out
we're
now.
gonna
The
turn
house
on
is
the
heating up
ACs.
dramatically. Let me just go.
Meanwhile, I'm a pleb, and I just run fans. I don't want to run the AC because that shit is gonna consume too much electricity. Gonna pay too much. And in the Netherlands, you gotta pay attention.
Because I'm already sitting here starting to sweat. I'm like, ugh.
I'm about to bust.
My wife doesn't know DSP as a gamer. She knows him as pig and a beggar.
But obviously, that's how every wife should know DSPS. That's how the soulmate knows DSPS. A beggar, I guess.
Not good when you're sitting here just doing nothing but talk and your back is getting sweaty. Like,
Yeah, you should stop bitching about your stupid ass back and shut up and play
turn
games.
the air conditioners on now.
Oh, and of course, this is somehow related to the air conditioner.
Okay.
His back fucking hurting.
At the time, it's a sad state that game basically released.
game?
And I played it again years later. They re-released it for more modern consoles.
Wait,
I love-
what is we talking about?
Yes, I played the game Sleeping Dogs, Tyler, twice. I played
Sleeping
it when it was a
Dogs.
new release.
Oh yeah, he was racist in that.
Played it again years later. They re-released it for more modern consoles. I love that game. It's a sad state that game basically never will get a sequel or a follow-up because I guess they felt it didn't sell well enough at the time, and then the studio was like liquidated. So
Were they? Maybe they were. Maybe he's right
they're not
about
going to
that.
make a sequel ever.
But yeah,
It sucked.
Sleeping
It
Dogs
really
was
good game, in my
a
opinion.
good ass game.
Even the
good ass
DLCs
game.
were good.
Of course, it
guys
had
ever
his
consider
issues,
playing
plenty
Metal
of
Gear
them,
again?
but
AMC,
as just a game that comes out of nowhere, it was great
that's disturbing.
because it's not like this big IP or anything. Just a
What
game
game do I
that
want to replay the
existed.
most? Old school Street Fighter. Out of all the
Of course, he wants to jerk himself off on old school Street Fighter until he fucking dies. That's gonna be the last thing he says. It's gonna be, oh my god, guys, once I was good at Street Fighter, and then he's gonna die. That's all that happened to him. That's the highlight of his life is being good at Street Fighter. That's the top of what he's ever accomplished, is being good at Street Fighter.
games I've ever played in my life over and over, Street Fighter 2 I've played the most.
Literally.
For sure. and probably till I die, it'll be the game I played the most. Like, we were just looking at.
Okay, we skipped through this. This is just like you've heard
over the last
this
year,
before.
year and a half. A lot of stuff behind the scenes has been shuffled.
Let me
about.
take off the hat.
It's hard for us to
I haven't
really
even
plan
hit the
for
hat
anything
goal
these
yet.
days. We'd like to do some
Am
things.
I giving the reward in advance?
It would be nice if we could actually do some things, for holidays or maybe just for the summer in general. But
wait. This
right
is a
now,
victim
things are
statement.
chaotic.
Hold on.
Like, it would be nice.
Look at his old ass fucking face. Look
Any
at
plans
that
for July 4th? No, I don't even know when it is.
I don't even know when July 4th is. It's after the 3rd, you dumbass.
I really have no clue.
I don't know what it is. Is it gonna be on a break day? What if it's not though? You can just take the day off.
So I've told you.
Why would you stream on July the 4th when people are gonna be with their fucking families? Just have a day off and chill with your wife.
My wife and I have had a pretty chaotic life over the last year and a half. A lot of, stuff behind the scenes has been shuffled about. And
it's about time you admit that she lost her job. It's about time. We all know this. And people on the internet figuring stuff out before you admit it is not a good thing. For DSP specifically, because we've seen this happen over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Just admit it already. You can use it to beg. You can say, hey guys, my wife doesn't even have a job right now. We don't even know what to do. We're two jobless fucking assholes.
It's hard for
probably
us to
not
really
say
even
this
plan for
exactly,
anything
but
these days.
something like that, maybe.
We'd like to do some things.
We would like to do some things like what? Spend
nice
money and eat outside. Yeah,
Oh.
spend money and eat outside is what they would like to do. That's guaranteed.
For holidays or maybe just for the summer in general. But right now things are chaotic. Like, for example, this week I'm streaming all the way through Tuesday, and Wednesday is my day off. Next week I don't even know when my day off will be. And when your life is like that, all over the place, which it has been for like
That's
a
a little
year,
bit sus.
it's hard to make plans or do anything special. You know what I
So
mean?
if he doesn't know what day his off day is gonna be next week, then that is a little bit suspicious. So maybe he could have an appointment with somebody, or maybe Cat still has a job. But anyways, it's just speculation.
I would like to think that eventually things will settle down.
But we all know from the laws of DSP is that eventually something will go wrong with his wife and he's gonna bitch about it to us. So yeah, eventually we're gonna know.
And not be that chaotic and stressful and like that, but it's just been like that for
Chaotic
a while,
and stressful. You literally just sit there and play games, bro. What is chaotic about this? You come to stream every single day. You clock in, you spend 15 minutes fucking around in chat and not doing your live stream. And then you talk shit for an hour and a half. And then you play fucking video games. And then you do this again on the second stream. What exactly is chaotic about that? What exactly is chaotic about that? I would really like to fucking know. I would really like to know. I guess nothing. He's not saying anything, you guys. Come on. I called him out. He's not responding to me. I guess nothing is
asked,
chaotic.
do I think fighting games will ever rise to the popularity that they had when they seemed to dominate the video game market? Well, that happened twice. It happened once in the 1990s.
Wait, what?
Crow asked, do I think fighting games will ever...
Oh, yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about fucking fighting.
One series got popular. We're still in developmental stages. We're not exactly sure how it's going to play and everything, so I guess we'll see. I think it would have to maybe find a way to become prominent again. I don't know if Street Fighter 6 is the way to do that or not. I would hope so.
Oh, Street Fighter 6.
I would certainly like it if that's the case,
Right.
but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think we're too early on in the game's life cycle to even judge that. It's not, we're still in developmental stages. We're not exactly sure how it's going to play and everything, so I guess we'll see.
Sure. Next question, please.
I think that's what it's going to be with Call of Duty every year now.
Hey, Call of Duty.
Tyler, in regards to Modern Warfare 2 this year, as I said, it's a wait-and-see attitude for me.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking buy it. It's not a wait-and-see attitude. It's gonna have a campaign. He's gonna buy it. He's gonna play through the campaign. He's gonna play through the multiplayer a little bit until he gets terrible at it, because other people are gonna be playing the game as well, and they're gonna be much better than him. And when they are much better than him, he's gonna assault a bunch, and then he's gonna leave, and then that's gonna be it. And in between, he's gonna be begging for tips, like with every single game ever. Okay? There we go.
That's what it's going to be with Call
That's how Call of Duty is gonna go this year. Just wait and see.
of Duty every year now. I used to be hyped for Call of Duty every year and buy it every year. And then they started to disappoint me year after year. And then when I played the Vanguard beta last year, I laughed at how bad and unfinished it was. And I didn't buy the game, and I'm happy I didn't. It's the biggest, most flopping game of Call of Duty ever.
Yeah, you're gonna get it this year. That's how they work.
That being
That's
said,
how
it's still
Call of
one of the
Duty-
biggest games of sold in last year. But still, my point is, not as prominent as it used to be. When Modern Warfare 2 beta comes out in the summer and it's open beta,
I mean, look, we live in a fucking society where people are gonna get Call of Duty World War II. Or you remember this game? It came out. It's literally Call of Duty. Duty World War II, whatever. This shit came out in 2017. And then 5 years later, the same shit would come out. Call of Duty, what was it called? Vanguard. And I'm at this point I'm mistyping shit. And it's still the same idea, but with a terrible fucking story, and people would still buy the fuck out of it.
play it. If I like it, I'll get it. If I
Holy
don't like
shit.
it, I'll skip it. Just like last year with Vanguard, so let's see what happens.
Okay.
Word everything.
What else we got?
Any cool plans for my day off? Nope.
No cool
my
plans.
day off this week
Spend
is gonna
money.
be mostly a day home and then running a lot of errands. I have to do a
Errands.
garbage dump this week.
Garbage
I
dump.
have to get stuff for Jasper Kitty this week.
Grocery shopping.
Last week, we skimped. Last week, we had so little money that we literally had to penny pinch to afford everything.
Oh yeah. You went to fucking eat sushi, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? You expect we wouldn't fucking remember this from a couple of days ago? We had to penny pinch. They were eating fucking sushi at a restaurant. Penny pinch. Anybody who's ever had sushi in their life would know that shit is expensive, especially the good one. And he made sure to make it clear that he had the good one. He didn't have the fucking gas station sushi. He had good ass fucking sushi, but he had to penny pinch at the same time. How exactly did that shit work?
This week, we have to get a lot of the stuff that we didn't get last week. That we're not out
And
of
this week we have to
house.
compensate.
So it's going to be like a very expensive
Jesus.
week of dumping
Jesus
money at the
almighty.
grocery store and doing things
Oh, and this week is even more expensive than last week.
we couldn't do last week because we
So
didn't have
yeah,
money.
thanks for
But
the
outside of
fucking
that, that's
bag.
it. Like, there's not going to be anything special, and we're staying home most of the day.
In a victim segment, because he's staying home, because he doesn't have enough money to go out at his day off and spend the entire day outside spending money, as he would like to do. Hey, big ups Detractor Maiden for being a member. I don't know if this shit's gonna pop up. At this point, I don't know what pops up on the screen and what doesn't. I'm really fucking confused.
Matt on Wheels, I'm glad to hear that, because
Matt on wheels. Matt on wheels.
as much as different as Max and I are, we're talking about Max. The game actually
Oh
was really
no,
good.
holy shit. I fucked this up. Hold on.
Competitive players, no one liked this fucking game. When we started playing
He's talking about like Maximilian or something. I don't know. He's super excited to answer this one. Let's see what
Jeremy
it is.
says, even Daigo on his live stream has admitted he didn't like Street Fighter 5.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I'm-
It's a validation.
Fighter
Validation comment.
Oh, you see, this other guy who is more better than you, he even doesn't like this game, which means that you are right? That the game is bad? Or something? I don't know, DSP. Just stroke your own dick for a little bit.
level. It's a fucking simple, it's play school Street Fighter. Be this your game, a pro trying to still exist.
Well, let's get to the point where he's just blankly staring at chat.
Okay. All right, no me ranting about Street Fighter 5, man. Seriously.
Oh.
All right, let's end the pre-stream. We're going too long here.
Hey, we end the
Let's take a brief
pre-stream.
break. All right, I'll use the restroom. It'll be a few minutes. We'll come
And
back,
break time.
We'll jump into Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I have no idea how.
We do not care. And when I cut to live, we are gone on break. So let's pick what we're gonna watch. All right. I don't know what it's gonna be, man. Apparently the poll says random DSP shit. I don't know what. So let's find some random DSP shit. I think I had something on my mind for a little bit, but I don't know what it was. Maybe I put it in the watch later playlist. Let's lurk and stalk a little bit to see what's up in here. And we got a Snort Burnell. Oh, the parents segment. Let's talk about parents for a little bit with Phil. Let's talk parents.
Why did I move so far away from my parents? Gee, let me count the ways, or the reasons. Bad weather, high taxes, horrible overpopulation, crime.
Overpopulation?
But
crime?
For me, this is the best choice. Being a
Sounds like paranoia is this one.
Moderate climate, where everything's close to me. It was better for my health, my back, and everything, so it just made sense.
How did it make sense, Darkside fucking Phil? How did it make sense? Let's talk about this and how it makes absolutely zero sense. This dude ruined his financial future by moving across the country and spending all this fucking money to put himself in a position where he would have to spend more money to be able to even survive. How does this make any fucking sense, DSP? You had no savings. You moved across the country on credit cards. And you're trying to tell me that this makes sense. And that it's actually good for him. He screwed up his entire life and put himself in a massive pit where he has to keep spending money to even be in the pit, or he would have to be below the fucking pit. Do you realize this? And all the bills that he talks about, like fucking, what is it, the gated community fees and all these bills and all these internet lines and all this bullshit. Like, bro, you thought this was a good idea to sign up for. And now you have to pay all this shit monthly. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? How did you even think this could ever be a good idea? Ever. In any universe. Darkside fucking Phil. You grown-ass man. Apparently. So let's see his answer. Let's see him expand on this, because I kind of unloaded on him in advance.
Moderate climate, where
Moderate
close
climate,
to me.
of course. He cares about fucking climate.
Better for my health, my back, and everything.
Better
so
for his
it just
health.
made
He still snorts and burps and does all that other shit.
sense. Son of a bitch. Again? Oh, look, the other plate is still here. The other wooden plate is still here from before. Well, let me pick this one up then.
Okay, let's keep talking about his parents. Come on.
Is there a reason my parents didn't want to move west? Stubbornness.
Oh, stubbornness.
My entire life, I told my parents, get out of Connecticut. My entire life. I said, what is the reason you're here? Besides some relatives who lived there.
You proved their point, though, because you ruined your life moving across the country. Because if you were to pinpoint one single moment that is the last nail in the Darkside fucking Phil coffin, that one moment is when he moved across country. Because he set himself up to pay so much money based on where he's living. Because he needs to pay all these, he needs to pay the condo that he abandoned. He needs to pay the, what was it, HOA fees. And all these fucking taxes and all this shit. Bro, you literally screwed yourself over with doing that move. And you proved your parents right. You moron.
Near. I said, why are you still here? You know, you can move anywhere you want. You can have a better life. They just didn't want to listen.
Because that's just, not...
You know what it is? I think
that's not what it always is.
Complacency.
No, it's not complacency. It's them knowing better than you. Much better than you.
You get so used to things being one way that you don't care.
Of
course.
course.
It could be better elsewhere. You're just kind of stuck in your rut of what you do.
How is it better?
I get the feeling...
Bro, if this fucking dude stayed on his ass in Connecticut, and just visualize this, okay? This is a visualization segment. Imagine this. This sad sack of shit, he stayed in Connecticut in 2014. And he put all of the YouTube money, and visualize this very clearly, it's very important. He put all of this money in a bag, right? Instead of throwing it out on a stupid move, he put it all in a bag. That bag would be fucking massive, and he could do whatever he wants with this money. And instead, he put himself in massive debt moving all across the country, alienating his friends, and being away from his parents, who, to his own admission, are not doing well in regards to health. So please fucking help me understand how this is a good fucking idea.
That's what it is with them, that they never really aspired to do anything else. They just got, you know, they always wanted to move. They always wanted to do something different. But then they never get. There's always another excuse. There's always another reason. You know what I mean? No matter.
This is massive projection.
What,
massive
circles, convincing themselves that they have to stay there. And it's
oh my god, this is fucking
the sad part
DSP.
is,
talking in circles, convincing himself. This is the fucking guy.
The excuse was always something new, like, oh, well, you know, this other relatives did this other. Now, guess what?
And this sack of shit did exactly the same thing. He did the exactly same thing before he moved across the country. Do you remember those videos when he was hyping up his move? It was... I'm not gonna do the DSP voice for this one. You guys, I can get a studio and film professional style productions. Guys, I can get green screen. My audio is gonna be so much better if I move across the country. My taxes are gonna be so much better. This is gonna be so much better. My content's gonna be so much better. What happened from this? What happened? He got a green screen, didn't use it for one single fucking video that was worth anything. Not one review, not one live stream, not one. The only thing he used that fucking green screen for is filming those dumb green screen test footage on YouTube that you can look up if you just look up, I don't know, a green screen test footage, I guess. Yeah, and maybe DSP is gonna pop up here because he used to do that shit and he used to pop up. And that's how most people found him, or at least like clicked on the thing. Right? Then with other stuff, the production value is still garbage, even though he moved. Even when he moved in 2014, it took him quite a long time to set up his production value. And it was still ass. And what did he lose? He lost all his fucking friends that don't like him anymore. And he lost all his connections, and everybody that fucking cared about him doesn't care about him anymore. And I'm talking about the in real life people, not the online people that can come and go anytime.
But they're the only ones left.
Yeah, because he was doing this same shit that he's accusing his parents of doing. He was doing in 2013, 2014, when he was about to move. He was convincing all these people while convincing himself how it's gonna be much better. And let's not start talking about the taxes, because that's a whole different dimension of itself. From how he didn't pay his taxes, then how they got fucked up and caused them to get a bankruptcy. And all this shit and this and that. DSP.
They're literally the only people left in Connecticut.
His parents are literally the only people left in Connecticut.
Only ones left behind living there. It's like, so why are you still there? Well, now it's too late. Now they're old, and now they have health issues, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, well, just, I guess that's it.
Yeah, Connecticut officially has 2 people living there. It's Mama and Papa Burnell.
I guess that's it for that. They're never leaving.
And they both got gout.
By the way, the glitch is not working for me now. It's pissing me off.
The glitch is not working. He was trying to glitch through the fucking game. He was trying to glitch through Skyrim. Yo. Yeah, I do think he doesn't really like his parents. I really don't think that. Because if anybody's supposed to put somebody in their place, it's their parents. And DSP doesn't like getting put in his place because he never accepts that. Because there's thousands of fucking videos of people putting him in his fucking place. He hasn't once accepted that. He will never do, because he's a narcissist.
See you later, Tyrone.
See you later, Tyrone is also in this video, which is fucking great.
Do I fear becoming like that? I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
you are like that. You're much worse than that. You are much worse than that. Because they gave you fucking advice, you didn't follow it, and you got your stupid gout-ridden ass all the way to Connecticut and got bankrupt because you're a fucking moron. That's why.
Really?
And you, not even you got bankrupt. Because people sometimes go fucking bankrupt. What even more he did was he spawned a following of fucking idiots just like me, making fun of his stupid fucking life decision, which is actually much worse than being fucking bankrupt. Much fucking worse.
I was the one who took the risks. I was the one who changed my life for the better.
He
and
was
by
the
the way,
one.
they very, very
was the
strongly
one.
criticized me. When I told them that I wanted to get out of there, out of Connecticut, they were like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah, they were fucking right, Phil. They were fucking right. Your stupid ass mom and your dumbass dad that never taught you anything. They never taught your stupid bitch ass anything. They were right the entire time. And then you know what? You crawled back to ask your mom for fucking money so you can pay your dumbass taxes. That's what you did. And you crawled back to get married on their fucking dime. That's what you did, Darkside fucking Phil. That's what you did. And they were right. Those dumb fucks that couldn't raise you correct, and they gave you all this fucking advice you didn't follow, they were right. Even your fucking parents.
You know, basically, anything that involves risk, anything that involves
Everybody is
possibility
against
of something going wrong, they never wanted me to do it, you know. I was the one who did the different thing.
Yeah, it was fucking wrong. It was a bad idea. When are you gonna accept this? He's gonna accept this in 10 years. He's gonna look back, like with the Rambo shit. It's gonna be like that.
Like, oh my god, I was fucking wrong with that. I was such a fucking idiot back then. What was I even thinking?
It's gonna be like a 50-year-old man having like a puberty moment.
You know, and now here I am on the West Coast happy.
Oh, here I am on the West Coast happy. You're fucking begging.
You're begging for $10 and $20 to pay your rent.
How can you be fucking happy like that? What kind of a person is happy like that? Begging, humiliating himself day in, day out, so they can have some drunk fucking idiot like me sitting here talking shit about him. This makes you fucking happy. This makes you fulfilled in life, DSP. Really? Really? Really, this makes you happy. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad, honestly. Hey, Genetics. I do find DSP more entertaining. I think Wings is pretty boring. Just in general. I can't really watch his streams. I can't watch his streams and shit on him. It's just like, whatever. He's pretty boring. And with DSP, there's almost every single thing he says that I can nitpick and I can say some shit about.
And they're stuck over there, and I tell you, they do not like Connecticut.
Stuck. He's fucking flexing on his parents. This is how this video ends. Of this sad man-child begging for tips with $16 on the tips board. He's flexing on his parents because they didn't want to move. Because that was the smart choice. And he's fucking flexing.
They're tired of it.
He is flexing.
Jade says, what's up to Go? He's giving a shout out to Go because Go has returned. Go the
Bro,
Goblin.
fuck Jade.
Very nice.
Go
Thank
fuck
you,
yourself, Jade. Fuck off. Oh, and there was this I wanted to play. It's the Look Here, Look Listen, the Spanish dub.
Mira aquí, mira escucha. Aparecer fuera de línea no lo detiene, así que deja de dar consejos de mierda que no sabes nada.
How is help in Spanish? How is help in Spanish? Ayuda. Ayuda. This would, I guess that would be the Spanish version of help. And I wanted to start one stream with this fucking song by Cyrax, who I guess somebody recommended me to check out Cyrax. This song is called Wish You Could Be Me. Somebody once asked me to check out Cyrax, and I did. And somebody in some video said that he was a rapper, and I'm like, all right, I dig rap. Let's check out fucking Cyrax and see his rap. And well, his rap sounds like this. Let's find out together.
Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time. So all y'all motherfuckers thinking you saw me? Y'all ain't doing shit, man. Cause I'm on the rise, fucking. What you gonna do? Nothing. Well, punk ass motherfuckers. Sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. And listen up. Time to teach you a lesson, little boy. Let's go.
When does the rapping start?
Haha, Scarface, bitch. Yeah. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers always looking at me like they wanna get a motherfucking piece of me. Everybody always wanna try to keep me from making motherfucking history of my motherfucking name. Here I am looking right at you. Motherfucking names acting like you gonna fucking do something when really you ain't gonna motherfucking do shit. Here I am making a name for myself. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna stop. I'm going straight to the motherfucking top. And I got
the best part about this is how none of it rhymed at all. You know, rapping, the thing where you rhyme stuff? Nah, Cyrax does it better. He's just built different, man. Come on. He just does everything different. But I mean that guy is he's just the greatest of whatever he does. Let's see what else is on the watch later playlist. We got the Cyrex stuff, we have DSP begging, DSP's day off, Asian fusion style, which actually I'm quite disappointed that it got cut out from the song when I made the stupid song with Robust. In the end, he was supposed to say it's Asian fusion style, but he didn't fucking say it. Biggo.net. Let's find it. Oh, we can't find it like that. We need to look up google.fucking.com because that's how it's actually done. All right. So if you look up Asian fusion style in PIGGY, there is one entry that comes up that is phenomenal, which is this. Get a load of
Chinese
this.
style.
Listen to this.
We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged sword. We knew that the restaurant we were going to was probably going to be good. It was a very high-end Chinese style, Asian fusion style restaurant. Okay.
The Chinese style, Asian fusion style. It's so fucking stylish. It's the most stylish restaurant. But in the end of this, it kind of cut out, so it didn't actually come out.
This was a double-edged sword.
Yeah, he ends on this a double-edged sword. And I also, which is something that I didn't notice anybody in the comments bring up, nobody noticed that I sampled Shinko's song on this. Listen to this. This familiar?
It complements the flavor perfectly.
Is this familiar? Yes. There we go. I wanted to pay a homage to the guy.
My take is thus.
Handcrafted, robust.
Secondly, my philosophy is thus. Robust. What I can definitely tell you is thus. Amazingly flavorful.
Robust. Okay, that's it with that. Let's carry on to the next topic of discussion, which I legitimately don't know what's gonna be. Let's make some shit up. Theo is live on Twitch. You can check that out if you're into Theo style content. There's new Low Lives TV that is about Dr. Umar, who likes white women. That's a plot twist. If you know about Dr. Umar, you would know. And what else we got? We got the post podcast from the guys That Being Said, which I'm definitely not a part of, obviously. And this was the first thing that we did, which is basically a post show that is not about DSP. It's just like rambling about stuff. And yeah, we're gonna do more stuff like that in the future style segments. Now let's see here. My sub box is exclusively DSP because I made sure to unsub from anybody that was doing non-DSP stuff. That's for my other account. Hint, hint. This is also a good account. Josh Kokichi is a good account, so we can go and follow him. He is pretty active in posting like DSP shit, and it's like quality DSP shit. So yeah, let's see some of it. Unrecorded beg plus tweet from the 18th of June. Let's check this shit out.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Obviously, it usually doesn't happen on a late stream, but woo! Sometimes nature calls, and when nature calls, you bet.
It doesn't usually happen on a stream, but
Best answer. If not, sure. You may find yourself with some Hershey squirts, if you know what I say.
What?
Be very
Squirts?
bad. All right,
Phil.
now I am back.
Come on, you're supposed to be a
the
mature
second half
fucking
of
adult.
tonight's chill Skyrim stream.
He's sitting on $10, by the way.
Okay,
that's all
I
he got.
appreciate all of you chilling with me. Thanks to those who have given the stream a like. We have 35.
I don't actually know if I'm subbed to Pastor Biller. I remember I was watching his stuff, but I don't know if I was subscribed. Pastor Chiller? I'm not subbed. I'm gonna be subbed. I don't know what he says or he's been saying recently. But I'm probably gonna check it out. Between a hairline and a barber shop. What is this? Phil takes on LeBron James for jacked up hairline. Wow, that's an interesting one. It's an hour-long video. I wonder what this is gonna be about. Oh, and it's about penny pinching. All right, you should probably go check it out. Come on, go check it out. Go give the Pastor Chiller his view that is rightfully his. And I'm obviously not gonna watch all of this. Plus, Soulmate's probably gonna come around anytime soon. So yeah.
People who have, considering we have almost 200 people on the stream, it would be great if we get some more likes. Remember, we're trying to get 100 on every stream. I am going to send out a tweet.
Yeah, I guess you can like this stream. I mean, this is nothing special, but you can like it. Because I've been drinking, so I'm feeling like I would like it. If I was watching it right now, I would definitely drop a
message to let everyone know that we're here. We have ridiculously low support tonight, especially for a Skyrim stream.
Low.
I'm hoping we can get it to pick up.
Oh no, it's 16.
We did not even get close to the tier 2 goal earlier today, so that would mean today would be a really, really slow day for support if it doesn't pick up. So I hope it does.
It's a really slow day. Are you gonna tweet?
Okay. So.
I mean, look, with DSP and the stream likes, the situation is thus. And you probably hate the word thus at this point. I'm gonna try and using it less. Anyways, the situation is thus. Why he wants the likes is pretty clear. So he can pop up in a higher ranking when you're looking at let's check out who is here. Let's check out YouTube Gaming. I don't even know how to go there, but I'm gonna try. So we go on an explore and then we go on live, I think. So this is DSP's idea, is that he wants to show up here at the not the recent live streams, but the live now. When you go on gaming, I personally have no idea how this shit works because I don't use it, but I know that's what he wants. Oh yeah, this is it. He wants to go at live now under gaming, and he wants to rank up high here. This is how the likes help him, apparently. But as you can see, he is not here at all. Maybe that's just because of my algorithm being like that and being tailored to me, even though I don't follow any of those people or know them. And as you can see, they range from everywhere from a Russian random stream that plays Rust to Minecraft in some guy that's in a different part of the world. So I don't really know. But DSP does not show up here, needless to say. But that's what he wants to do. All right, so that's kind of his idea for asking for likes.
We are heading into
Hey, what's up, Tony T? This stream, nothing special, man. You didn't really miss much.
Second half.
Just me shitting on DSP's live thing was bad.
Skyrim stream.
We got a text-to-speech bag.
And about to quest for Ariel's bow. if you can, please swing by and support the late shift, as right now we are really slow, and I would appreciate it. Thanks so much. Okay.
All right, and that's about it.
Thank you in advance to anyone who contributes in any way.
Yeah, thank you in fucking advance, DSP. You know what? Let's do this. DSP, thank you in advance for going away from the internet someday and not ever coming back. Thank you in advance.
Obviously, right now, as you can see, everything is slow.
Yeah, this was a text-to-speech bag. It was exactly the definition of a TTS bag.
Oh, so. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, controller has turned off.
I guess that's about it for this stream as well. Make sure to drop a like if you give a shit or don't. And you can go hang out with somebody else that's live. I don't know. If you want to go hang out with Shinko, you can go hang out with Shinko. He's live. And if you want to go hang out with Anleet, you can do that. Or Dark Dave Mirror or Raw DSP. Let's listen to some music. I'm going to give some shout outs to some people. And that's going to be it. Let's listen to Tips, actually, because I like it more than Robust.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for
All
the
right,
gifted memberships.
thanks
and I'm very
everybody.
grateful
See
for
you.
that. I mean, thank you.
See you
But I
around.
hope that doesn't mean that
Some
people
shout
are
outs.
tipping.
Oh my god, I forgot. I don't know. Shout out to the podcast we're doing. Come check it out. Next week we're having a secret guest that I don't think we've announced so far, and we will at some point. And after that, we have some stuff lined up. We're still kind of moving stuff behind the scenes in new directions. So make sure to show up and subscribe, which is very important. Make sure to sub to the That Being Said podcast channel, so you get to see all the new content that we're still not 100% certain what that's gonna be. But That Being Said is the name of the podcast. And 2 days ago we had this talk with Ex Mortis about a beggar's journey and other stuff as well. DSP redeeming himself, making fun of him, stuff like that. Go check it out, subscribe, stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of shit from everybody involved, and it's going to be a lot of different stuff, more than what you've seen so far, so make sure to show up. And some other stuff, obviously, the dudes here that pop up that are live, go check them out, go like them, go enjoy them, and love them, and give them all your money. And that's it. See you guys around next time. And let's enjoy the song.
Shopping, tips, meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday. Tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing?
Why are you laughing?
Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Huh? I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny.
Oh my god. You can't afford stuff.
You can't go and do something with your family on your day off. Your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Why are you laughing? Read.
Shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday.
Read.
Tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday. Tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Huh?
Huh? Alright, see you guys around next time on the stream.
This one's
alright, bye.